We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stutter and Craig. No, you don't get the 96-ounce Coke Zeros, Blabs.
Yo, my androids, what's up?
And straight from the hood, Phoenix.
It's really enjoyable as an adult male to shit your pants.
And now, broadcasting from our homes around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Welcome out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com, and most importantly, SideScrollersPlus.com. Good to see everybody. Happy Tuesday, man. We have a banger of a show today with a wonderful group of guests. And man, oh man, are the topics spectacular today. So whenever you guys are like, hey, I got to go. No, you don't. No, you don't. Just give us 10 more minutes. I promise it'll be worth it. Everybody, please welcome back from the dead, looking like Rachel Maddow herself. Hello, Blabs.
I don't look like Rachel Maddow. I'm a lot hotter than she is. But anyway, hi. I'm about like 65% alive.
Look at Blabs in her glasses today.
Here's the thing. I was wearing my contacts, and I had like this huge allergy thing, and my eye was just killing me. So I'm like, nope, it's a 4-eye day. So here we are.
You qualify as comfy today, Blabs.
Yeah, I've got my sweats on, sweatshirt, the glasses. I was not having it today, so.
Good. Just not having it. Just whatever. It's good. Well,
yeah, I'm working. I'm gonna be comfortable while I die still. So here I am.
Well, thanks for operating at 65% with us today.
Well, don't worry, we're still flying half a ship.
That's right. We're doing our best. Someone who is directly on board with this ship, despite also being under the weather. I'm telling you. These guys are troopers. Put your hands together real quick. Phoenix, I usually go to you last, but I'm going to you now. Phoenix, great to see you. How are you?
What up, dog? I feel like $1 million if it was set on fire and lit and shit. That's what I don't know what lit and shit means. Don't worry, just roll with it.
It's an odd combination.
Just enjoy
there.
it. It's okay.
Okay.
Well, thanks for toughing it out today, Phoenix. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, dog. We got some good topics that I'm actually excited to be here for this one.
Oh, well, that's good. As opposed to normally where you're like...
yeah, usually I just phone it in, really.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Well, I'm actually pretty excited for today, which is good. Joining us today on this wonderful Tuesday, I want to say Thursday, wonderful Tuesday, we have 3 amazing guests. First, I want to introduce the power couple themselves, Schraub and Rev. Hello, guys. Great to see you.
Hi.
Hello. It's great to be back.
Let me move everybody around. Get us in order
shuffling.
here. Yeah, get everybody shuffling. You guys doing good?
Yeah, we're doing great.
Excellent.
Just keeping busy. Good to be back and ready to roll.
I love that you like. I love when you guys first came on the show. It's been like several months now since you guys first came on, and there's always like this tryout period where you guys are like more or less trying us out and seeing if you like our show and you want to guys kind of come back more and vice versa, right? But you guys fit in like a beautiful puzzle piece, and I love that. So I'm very glad you guys are with us today. So glad you're hanging out with us for a couple hours. It's gonna be fun. Mm-hmm. Joining us today, another piece of the puzzle, which man, oh man, this guy just fit in like a square peg. I don't even know what that means, but I think that's a phrase. I am so beyond excited to have this trio with us today. Everyone welcome the third of the power group, Jake Monroe. Jake, how are you, buddy?
Feeling good, feeling fine.
Yeah, feeling fine? Good. You're looking fine today.
I mean, I always do. I mean, it's the benefit of being dead. You never really age or change. But it's an absolute honor to be here once again. Hello, everybody.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a banger of a show. And by the way, you do make all of us look like foolish idiots when you come in dressing just as wonderfully as you do.
That is absolutely the intention behind me dressing like this. Yeah.
Good.
Mission
This
accomplished.
is the first time I feel foolish and stupid looking on this screen here. First time ever.
You look sharp today, and let's go with this view today. I think this is nice. Give everybody a nice little view, and let's put everybody up together here so we can do. There we go, Blab. Sorry, we're on the bottom. They're on the top. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. Okay, so big show today. Lots going on. If you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Join the 141,000 just normal men who have found us over on YouTube. The over 41,000 who have found us over on Rumble. Hey, great to see everybody. We're also live over on Kick, over on Twitch, and you can find the show syndicated over on Spotify and wherever you find your podcast, which is excellent. It's growing drastically, which is wonderful. I'm glad everybody can find us over there. We've had a lot of big things happening on the show recently. We had Blabs and Phoenix in Boston this past week. They were hanging out at the Rumble meetup. That sounds like it was a good time. Blabs, how much did you throw up over the weekend?
Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
Pivot.
It seems like every time you travel, there's some sort of bodily fluid leaving your body.
I have a baby bird tummy.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Blabs. But one thing that we haven't been able to do over the past week or so was because we were traveling, because we were all over the place, and because Blabs was sick yesterday, and yesterday's show was on fire, as Phoenix tried to spray the show as best he possibly can with the fire extinguisher. But he, hey,
I did so good.
You did great,
I did
Phoenix.
Fantastic.
You were spectacular. Yes,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But today we are back at it. As we have our showdown on a day-to-day basis. We went 2 weeks strong with our greatest console ever tournament. And today we finally get to continue this on today. Phoenix, I am beyond excited to pass it over to you so you can share today's matchup in our greatest console ever tournament as we are now in the semifinals.
This is going to be an interesting one because these two consoles or devices have a big following behind them. So let's see what it is.
Today's side-scroller showdown as the heavenly escalator falls from the sky is the Game Boy versus the GameCube. Now, Phoenix, this is a matchup that was created by our audience. Oh, look at you have. Oh, you have both of them. That's wonderful. That's good. What do you have in the back of that, Phoenix, on the back of your GameCube? What is that back there?
So this is actually an MK2 Eon. It HDMI's the output and it cleans up the graphics. Really, really cool device. And it just plugs right in the back of it. So you don't have to mod the thing. You don't have to do any of that stuff. And it gives you a really crisp image.
You know what's amazing about that is you said it cleans up the graphic. And the first thing I thought was, do you remember that commercial back in the day for the Westwood Gaming Institute where they're like, you've got to tighten up those graphics. That's exactly what
I don't know that one.
Oh, okay. I'll show it to you. It's good.
All right.
Kind of early internet meme-ish. But Phoenix, will you do us a favor and show us the current bracket of where we're at?
Here is the bracket as it stands right now. Let me know where you want to jump to.
Yeah. So you can see in the upper left corner, we started with the Game Boy Advance versus the DS. All that advanced with the Genesis knocking off the Super Nintendo and the GBA. If you go to the right side of the bracket, you can see the PlayStation 1 got knocked off by the N64, and the N64 advanced in a stunning upset over the PlayStation 2. That was quite possibly the craziest day in side-scrollers or internet history right there. The N64 advancing on the bottom right corner of the bracket, Phoenix. You can see that the coming out of this will be, keep on going, Phoenix. There we go. We have the Switch versus the Wii, which will be taking place tomorrow. And you can see in the bottom left corner of the screen, we have today's matchup, which is the Game Boy versus the GameCube, as after the GameCube knocked off the Dreamcast, and the Game Boy, knocked off the original Nintendo Entertainment System. So with that said, thank you very much, Phoenix. Rev, Straub, do y'all have any thoughts on that matchup today, the GameCube versus the Game Boy?
You know I'm all for the GameCube, so...
What game in particular?
Me?
Yeah, no, Craig.
We all know I like Rugrats, Royale Ransom, and
That's
Cars
right.
the Movie, the
I was
game.
putting it on the T for you.
That's right. Jake, you got any thoughts when it comes to the Game Boy versus the GameCube?
Only how it relates to me, and that is the GameCube was home to one of the greatest remakes ever in survival horror history, and that's the Resident Evil 1 remake, which to this day is still repeatedly playable.
So good, in fact, that they have not remade it again. That was like the definitive version. That there's some rumors they might, but it has held since what 2002 or something like that. I think.
Yeah, that's right. I remember playing it way back then. My friend got a GameCube just for that reason, and we were both just blown away. It's honestly still playable. A game that old, it's still good.
Well, we're going to see which one reigns supreme today, and which will be moving on to the semifinals. I guess we're the quarterfinals right now. The semifinals should be a very exciting tournament today between the GameCube and the Game Boy. Blaz, would you do me a favor and please put the...
It's in the top of the document.
Thank you. Appreciate you beating to it, which is great. Phoenix, real quick, I did mention the Tighten Up Them Graphics video. I pulled it up. Tell me if you... Jake, Straub, Rev, see if you guys remember this from back in the day.
Oh, hurry up, man. Boss is coming in. Dude, almost got it.
Hey guys, finished testing that game yet? I've got another one I need designed.
We just finished level 3 and need to tighten up the graphics a little bit.
Great.
Hey, I can't believe we got jobs doing this.
This is them being game testers. This is an infomercial.
Game testers renowned for tightening up those graphics.
What year is this from?
That's unbelievable.
Do you know?
Have you ever heard anything so ambiguous?
Right. I think
do you know what?
early...
No, Phoenix, you did, didn't you? You got that mod on the back of your GameCube, so technically you did tighten up those graphics.
I did do it. Yep, it was all me. Absolutely.
He did. Yeah. Congratulations. So I believe, Straub, to answer your question, this was early 2000s right here.
Okay.
This is when MTV was showing like TL, what was that? What was the show?
Tia and Tamara?
No, not
Definitely not.
I don't know.
TRL, that's what it was. Total Request Live. That's what it was. Yes.
I was off base.
You were. I was not watching Tia and Tamara on MTV. Thank you, Straub.
I never watched MTV. I'm a little younger than you guys, so.
Yeah, well, MTV was probably long gone after you grew up and became a young woman here. It was no longer a place where there was entertainment at all. All right. Look, rest in peace, MTV. Hey, listen, we are off to a great start as a $50 super chat came in from Mongo the Hungry, saying, "Well, Blaz, how about you read these off real quick while I get Mongo on the wall."
Right, Mongo for 50 says, "Hey, size girls and guests. By the way, I have no boobs today, so here we have. Where's Jake or one of you guys? Here's Jake. Okay. Just wanted to say thanks for the laughs. Been rough since July, and your show has kept me sane. Girlfriend's a 6th, and hopefully last chemo treatment is tomorrow. Wish us luck and thank you again. Well, good luck.
Yeah,
All the
good
best
luck.
of luck
Yeah,
to
good
your
luck.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mongo, that sucks, man. We appreciate you rolling with us, man, and allowing us to keep you sane through all this. Appreciate that, and let's get you on the wall.
And Patriotic Gestalt for another 50 says GameCube. And
Nice.
here's Reverend Straub right there.
A little bit of frolic. Did you see DB Wild's new creation
Yeah,
this
it's
morning?
in the run sheet, but I didn't add it into StreamYards.
It's 16 seconds long. We'll need to do that if something massive comes in today. So,
Goodness.
yeah. You can go start at the top while I get Mongo and Patriotic on the wall.
Okie dokies. Con Air for $20 says noted game for my GameCube library. This is for the GameCube. So that's 20 for GameCube. Romer for Canadian 10 says GameCube, duh, Smash Brothers, bro, Mario Kart Double Dash, Simpsons Hit and Run, Metroid Prime. Come on, this is an obvious slaughterfest. So that is 10 for the GameCube.
Oh no, Game Boy will come back. Trust me.
After last time, I believe you, honestly.
Jelly for 10 says GameCube all day, every day. So many classics like SMB Melee, Super Mario Sunshine, Zelda Wind Waker, Soul Calibur 2, Metroid Prime, RE1 Remake, RE4, and yes, RE0, and the re-release of RE2 and 3. So that's 10 for GameCube.
Oh yeah, the definitive version of Resi 4 was on the GameCube, wasn't it?
It was the first. It was the actual. Yeah. Originally, that was an exclusive, and then later it got ported.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, another reason.
I don't even know who this was from somebody. I missed the name of it. But for $2 it says, careful, Rev, there's a scary ghost next to you. Raging Wolf for 10 says, we need to live reaction to Skyrim, but it's a modern game. It's comedy gold. Also support RoboCop Rogue City, PC Master Race for life. Final Fantasy X is the best Final Fantasy. My money is for Game Boy. That's 10 for Game Boy. Emeralds for 2 says GameCube all the way. That's two for GameCube. The commenter friend says Rev has a very hot mic. Does he?
Sounds good on our end.
Yeah, let us know, chat.
Yeah.
Thomas Peasants for 5 says Blabothy lives. Strawbothy is here. It's a pay week. Half day for me Friday. Let's do this. Yay! I'm glad you have a half day off on Friday.
Go.
Young Stuff for 5 says For the Cube. I have many great games. Blabs, you're live. We missed you Saturday. I was gonna help you find the molasses. Anyway, yes, Jake. RE1 remake is perfect. I didn't even find the molasses, man.
She was not feeling good enough. But you did show up. You did wind up making it to the event. Sadly, some people left earlier. But
after chugging a whole thing of Gatorade, I said, "Get your shit together, girl."
Girl.
But I actually have a story, Craig. I didn't tell this one live. I was so brain damaged from throwing my guts up and being like dizzy as fuck that I went to the convention instead of going to the F1 arcade. And then I text Michael and Phoenix. I'm like, "Where is everybody? I can't find you guys." And I'm like, "Shit, they're at the arcade." So I walked for 13 minutes in Boston by myself to the arcade because I had no more brain cells left. The end.
Thank you for your bravery,
So I got
Blabs.
to see some of Boston by walking to the wrong place.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Blabs. And everyone who was there really appreciated you being there and toughing it out. Me as well. So
Anyway,
by the
that
way,
was 5 for the GameCube.
So you notice, guys, we're going to be doing supers a little bit differently today. We actually don't have the ability to scroll them on the bottom of the screen. So just know that we're going to do our best to hit every single one. We'll obviously read super massive ones. But if they relate to the matchup, Game Boy versus GameCube, we will probably just tally them up and make sure that they are accounted for. And we'll do that on the back end. So, by the way, I did find the Skyrim, but it's a modern game video. I don't think it's 10 minutes long. We should probably schedule that for maybe tomorrow or another day because we do have a packed run sheet today.
Can you throw it in the private chat and I'll put it for tomorrow?
Yes, I'll just put the URL to YouTube there. So, put that right there for you, Blabs. It is there. Bingo. All right, so real quick, before we move into this, Phoenix, let's get a quick update, an early update on our GameCube versus Game. Yep.
$10 for the Game Boy. That's going to change. Trust me. And then $97 for the Nintendo GameCube.
All right. We'll see how this goes throughout the day. Thank you very much, Phoenix, for that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. We have a lot to get to today. Some funny news and some great news, I guess. And I think it's great news. We'll know a little bit later on. With that said, friends, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard News.
Blabs, before the show, Jake came in and actually let us know that it is real. It truly is real, Blabs. And you'll be shocked at what it truly is. Jake,
can I pause that for a second?
Yes.
Just to keep the suspense up. I don't know if you heard, but I had a Crazy Eddie come in.
No.
Yeah.
I did not.
I heard a Crazy Eddie come in as you cut to Hard News.
Oh. Who is this guy?
It's Crazy Ernie from Crazy Ernie's Used Car Emporium.
No message. But Crazy Eddie did deliver as Shamsa came in with the insane $1,000.
Jesus Christ, it's time for developers.
Developers. Yes!
One day I hope to be so into whatever subject I'm screaming at with an audience that I lose I am just sweating profusely everywhere. Armpits, crotch area, you name it. Just a fucking buttload of sweat.
Have you, this is a legit question. Rev, Jake, have you ever been so sweaty that you just feel it coming out of your shirt?
I hope one day.
Yeah, it's almost, for me, it's just an exclusive existence. It's just constant.
I just want to be passionate enough about something to sweat that much.
Are you a sweater, Jake?
No, not so much. Oh, okay. I'm an avid user of antiperspirant, so.
Avid. Well, listen. Everyone loves a little sweaty Steve Ballmer developers. Shamsa, thank you so much. Crowns in the chat, please, for Shamsa and the ridiculous support with the $1,000 direct donation.
Unbelievable.
Truly unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Absolutely. Yes. What do you say outside of thank you? It's ridiculous. Well, I'll tell you what. Maybe we can use it. Let me actually back up because I teased something, Blabs. It's real. We talked about it last time Jake was on the show. Jake, will you please fill Blabs in on what you can confirm is real and available in your area?
Oh, that's far less dire than what I thought you were talking about.
Yeah.
The KFC pickle menu is now available and ready for order here in the UK, including here in sunny Northern Ireland, including something referred to as frickles, which is fried pickles and black pepper, cracked black pepper. It's the whole thing's available. The burger
and the drink. There's like a pickled drink, I think, too, right?
Yeah. Let me check the situation on the drink.
That's what I'm curious
I saw
about.
that as well. It was like, what was it? It was Pepsi garnished with pickles or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. It was also with a side of pickle juice or something. Absolutely diabolical.
You guys can't even do KFC right.
Oh, I love fried pickles though.
I love
really
fried
good.
pickle. It's a very southern thing too to have like fried pickles, ranch. But would they have ranch over there? They don't even have ranch in the UK, right?
Well, we certainly don't call it that. I don't think we've ever seen ranch here in Tesco.
Holy.
Who is this guy?
It's Crazy Ernie from Crazy Ernie's Used Car Emporium.
You say hi, Blebs.
Say hi, Blabs.
Hi. Who am I saying hi to?
Shamsa.
Hi, Shamsa. I need to text you. I have an anime thing for you.
We're gonna be able to buy a few pickle sandwiches because Shamsa just came in with another $1,000 direct donation.
Wow.
Oil
Thank you.
Straub's face said everything right there.
Time for more developers.
Developers. Yes!
And just a reminder, we always have that dance too. Just keep that in the back of your head.
Yes. Maybe. I don't know. Listen, I'm going to say this right now. When we do a Side Scrollers event, I will absolutely wear a blue button-up shirt and get so sweaty and get on
Yes,
and
thank
pull
you.
that
Oh.
off.
Oh, you're giving like Phoenix's dream.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very jealous. Yeah.
It's
It
going
always
to
sucks
be.
when you see someone else live your dream.
Exactly. Yeah, I have so little, and that really would make it all worthwhile.
It'll bring a tear to
you
your
wanna
eyes.
do
It's like,
that?
he's so sweaty. He's doing it just right. Oh, do we have a date for that retro fighting game thing you were talking about?
Soon.
That's all I've been thinking about, man.
Okay, I haven't announced that yet.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Way to
Well,
go, Jake.
we don't even have the drink thing yet. We don't have the pickle in the Pepsi. We don't have that. We have everything else.
Okay. Well, maybe while you may be pickle-less, or I guess you have lots of pickles, maybe, do you have Costco over there? Surely you have Costco in the UK, right? No?
No.
Oh, well, then you certainly don't have a 10-pound chocolate Easter bunny over here. This is a thing, 10 pounds of chocolate Easter bunny. Rev Straub, what are your thoughts on the giant chocolate Easter bunny?
This is America.
Yeah. My first thought was like diabetes, but that too.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Who made the chocolate? Who's the chocolatier?
Oh, that's a great question. It's just giant bunny.
Do we know how big it is?
So it's
Yeah.
chocolate adjacent, then, is what you're saying.
Yes, it is designed to be smashed with a hammer, as put in this article here. I don't know who the chocolatier is. Probably Costco chocolate. $140 for the 10 pounds.
Produced by Maud Borup.
Oh,
Whoever
yeah.
that is. I don't know that brand.
Why are we smashing it with a hammer? Like
'Cause
to
it's so
kill
big.
to kill the bunny? Like it feels
This
kind
could
of morbid
feed a
for
lot of
children.
families.
I
Think
know,
of
but
the
like
children
imagine.
like starving in Michigan.
Yeah,
Why
this
You
is
can
Michigan?
what
still
we
eat it
need.
after smashing it. I would. But do you know what? No, I would say a good marketing scheme for this 10-pound monstrosity would be, what did you smash your rabbit with this Easter? And because obviously the insinuation here is a hammer, but you could use anything, and it's like you post it and you tag the brand. I think that'd be rather fun. What would you smash your rabbit with? Probably with my rabbit, I think, probably. But this is a plush, so it would be hilarious trying to watch me do it with this one.
I could absolutely see PETA getting upset about smashing the chocolate rabbit.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
It's setting a precedent. It's going to encourage real-life violence against bunnies.
Right. Exactly.
Good.
Yeah,
You've
right.
had it too good for too long.
All right, well, let's see if you, I don't know if you know this, Jake, you probably, actually, I know you don't because you don't have Costco, but Reverend Straub, you ever enjoyed the Costco hot dog before? The $1.50 hot dog?
I've actually never, we don't really go to Costco very much. Like, we don't have, like, Costco memberships or anything, but, like, I've had family members, like, take me with them, but I've never had the food from there. I've heard it's good.
I was more of a Sam's Club person growing up.
Yeah.
The Sam's Club versus Costco rivalry
versus
is true.
BJ's.
BJ's too. Young childhood BJ's.
Well, I think everybody would prefer the BJ's over Sam's.
I mean, a guy gave me a sandwich in Ross's once, so I don't know if that counts.
Well, if you go to Costco, their hot dog is famous because it's been the same price for a long time, despite inflation. And their CEO recently came out and said, as long as I'm the boss, the hot dog will still be $1.50.
The question is the hot dog the same?
Is
That's
it like a
the
loss
question.
leader? Like one of those like loss leaders or whatever, like to do with the chickens, where it's like they're actually losing money, but they're making more money bringing you in by getting that.
Yeah.
Well, they may be cutting corners with that hot dog.
Well, you
This
get
is a heads
the
up.
Yeah.
It's a hot dog. They're probably cutting corners with a hot dog. Yeah.
Well, this is what it looks like. You get the $1.50 hot dog plus a 20-ounce soda, right? And that's what it looks like. They have now expanded on this, guys. I don't know if you are aware, but this is actually very important. They said the hot dog's doing so well, we have to turn it into whiskey and sell it for $86.
Ew.
Again, this is America.
Yeah, immeasurably
That
upset.
sounds disgusting, but I will say I love a good hot dog, like a gas station hot dog on one of the rollers, like my childhood.
Dude, you're not wrong.
I've had the IKEA hot dog. That's pretty good.
No, does IKEA have hot dogs, or do they?
They sure do. After
They
a busy
have
day of looking at
Swedish
flat pack.
meatballs.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, they have
Those
the
are
meatballs.
really good.
Just look at the calories of those after shopping IKEA meatballs and hot dogs. The amount of calories in these things is shocking, considering how small they are.
Oh,
And they got the lingonberry jam. That's really good too.
Yeah.
Oh,
And all
I
the-
haven't
all
been
the
IKEA
biscuits.
in years. Oh, I could literally eat dinner at IKEA. Legit.
and
I
you
just
would
get
literally
fat
you'd
and
be
happy
600
there.
pounds.
Yeah. Cinnamon buns, the Swedish meatballs, the lingonberry, the drinks. They like a sparkling lingonberry drink. Oh my god! And then you get free pencils too. So you know, it's like a
Yeah,
I'm
win-win.
all of it.
so
The assembly
confused.
required.
I thought IKEA was like a furniture store.
Yeah.
It
You're
is.
correct.
And they have
Yeah.
food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
never been.
Dude, they have like a little store in the middle where you can go and have lunch there. Oh, it's so great. Like, you're so hungry from shopping and it's so stressful picking out furniture. Oh, look,
That
food.
shit's heavy as hell, man. I need some high-calorie Swedish meatballs.
Blabs,
And also
great.
some pink lemonade that I've never seen served anywhere else. It's absolutely amazing, that stuff.
legit question,
Yeah.
Blabs. Like, let's just say hypothetically, we do advance to the point to where everybody comes down to Dallas, and we're like, we're gonna do our show from a studio and stuff like that. We're gonna need to outfit that studio, which means we're probably gonna need to go to.
Oh
go
my
to
god,
IKEA.
let's go to IKEA, please.
In the event that we go to IKEA and we outfit, future potential
And
office.
it's great because Phoenix can build IKEA furniture like that.
Seconds. Yeah.
Seconds. But can you, Blabs, do a live stream from IKEA where you taste all of the stuff?
Hell yeah.
Okay. See, we're already getting
Sign me the
content.
fuck
Let's go.
up.
I'd
a write-off.
retweet that link. I'd retweet that.
That's good.
Jake will help.
We'll need
Yeah.
to get you involved in it. Jake will need to get down here. Try a little.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, he can
IKEA
guess the
I'd be the
calories
one that
of all the
serves you.
food.
I'd serve it all out and just be like, yes, this is the hot dogs are very, very good today. Onions just came in this morning.
But here's the question though. Once again, Blabs, would you try the hot dog whiskey if you had the opportunity?
As long as it doesn't taste like hot dog, then we're all right.
What? I think that really kind of defeats the purpose, though.
Well, yeah, but
Blabs.
I'm sorry, hot dog whiskey. That sounds like impossible.
Would you? I mean, that seems like a great streamer.
Like, what are
bit.
they using? Like hot dog water? Like, what are you doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? No. So no.
Hot dog water whiskey is maybe the most hard thing I've ever heard in my life.
Is this available internationally? I want that dog in me.
Well, see, that's what it's called. It says, "I got that dog in me."
Yeah, I
That's
want that dog in me. Like,
Yeah.
could that be sold online? I mean, that would be hilarious if you set up like a challenge. You have to do a shot every time something happens in a game or something.
Right. It's that seems like a great streamer challenge right there.
Yeah.
Also, a great streamer challenge as we have our crazy ass food segment. Have you heard about the new ramen that's available? And this one actually kind of intrigued by. We have Butterfinger ramen right here. The
That's
crossover-
terrible.
Yikes.
Who immediately tasted that?
Who wanted this?
like,
Ugh.
How did they think of this?
What's
Were
the
they just
dip?
like, yeah, you know what? We really need Butterfinger ramen.
Yeah, I saw Kirsha. I think Kirsha shared this.
did.
But like
She
it's,
would.
And it's top ramen too. So like it's already like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've had many a top ramen in my life, but like it's already not good quality ramen, and then you're gonna make it Butterfinger. I am nervous.
I reject this.
No, I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say I actually think this sounds kind of good.
Craig, you're the one always making fun of us for our food combinations, and you're gonna
This is
say that
true.
Butterfinger ramen is good.
Okay,
I
hear
can't
me
believe
out.
I'm siding with Straub on food for a change. Wow.
Are you gonna put the Butterfinger where your mouth is, there, Craig?
Yeah, you gonna eat it
Are
live?
you gonna eat it?
You hear how quickly
And
Straub
don't McDonald's
ganged up?
CEO
You're
this
gonna eat
shit.
it
You gotta
live,
eat
Craig?
it.
Yeah, you're gonna do it, Craig? You're gonna do it? You're
Craig?
gonna do it?
You're gonna eat it live, Craig? You're gonna
Yeah.
try it? You're gonna try it on stream? I'll tell you this.
That's another thing I'd retweet. I'd retweet that.
Well, straight up, if this is available in my area and I see it, I will buy it and I will eat it on the show.
That
And
sounds
wash it down with some whiskey
terrible.
from
And
Hot
with
Dog
some
Land.
hot dog whiskey. That's right. Thank you, Jay.
I'll be
You
there.
won't survive, man.
Well, me and Straub saw bacon flavored soda this weekend.
Yeah.
That's
Didn't
a-
try it though.
That is a real
No, I
thing.
did not try that. They had
Was
a
that
lot
Sonic
of weird.
by any chance?
No.
No, it was like at a little like specialty shop or whatever because we were like
Oh.
on vacation. But like they had like bacon flavored soda. They had like I don't even know. So I think they might have had like a hot dog flavored soda. They had like
They
weird
might
stuff.
have, honestly.
Yeah.
Because I know Sonic had the peanut butter burger for a while.
You know, this is the thing, right? The peanut butter jelly burger is actually really good. I'm
Oh, I
just
never
saying,
said it was bad. Never
It's-
once.
If you've ever tried it, give it a go. It sounds gross. It's delicious, which is why I'm actually kind of on board with the Butterfinger ramen over here. I've had ramen that has that silky peanut buttery taste on it, right? Now the chocolate, little awkward, right? But I think I can work through it, and I will absolutely try this on the show, 100%. Blabs,
All right.
will you try the whiskey?
Not if it contains hot dog water, I won't.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually
Put that
contains hot
dog in you.
Blabs has standards, guys.
I do.
Okay. Listen, we know Blabs has ridiculously high standards over here, which is just stupid. She won't even go to, well, anywhere. Won't even go to Olive Garden.
That's
Unbelievable.
fair.
It's not fair.
People
All right.
die. Literally.
People do not
In
die
general,
from
or
Olive
like,
They commit suicide, man.
Garden. They don't. All right.
I
Hey, CG
literally did. He literally did.
Oh, well, yeah, the guy who stuck his head in the fire. Yeah,
Melted
yeah,
his face off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 Melted
Well,
his brains.
just forget about that, okay?
Nah.
All right. Hey, real quick, I want to let you know that CG Hero came in with 5 and said, regarding yesterday's conversation, Peach is a girl boss in the movie because she literally admits to Mario she was a natural when she entered the kingdom. While Mario has to train hard to survive, Luigi is the real damsel in distress in the movie. This is true. Thank you, CG Hero. And Spicy Flower for 10 says, I had to check chocolate Playboy bunnies can be I had to check chocolate Playboy bunnies can be bought, but they're mostly Etsy creations. Number one search result, however, is the chocolate bunny. From Poverty to Playboy documentary on Francesca Emerson shared her story of survival and success. Okay, thanks, Spicy Flower. Appreciate that. I do not go to Etsy often, and I certainly don't check for chocolate Playboy bunnies on Etsy. But thank you very much for your search history there, Spicy Flower. Appreciate that. All right, Blaz, let's get to some of these supers, and we'll start tallying up the Game Boy versus GameCube while I get the next story queued up.
Okie dokie. So, Ranger Green for 20 says, I had a great time at the Rumble event this weekend. It was great to meet Phoenix and Blabs. I was the guy in the blue side-scrollers shirt. Ah, I liked your shirt. I hope to meet you all again soon. My vote goes to the Game Boy, so it's 20 for Game Boy. Re-examination show for 10 says GameCube, codename Dolphin, Tales of Symphonia. Need I say more? So that's 10 for GameCube. Ahmed, Ashamed. Oh, that says it's ashamed, guys. Ahmed! Ashamed Man says, or Madman for 999 says GameCube, Killer 7. All right, so that's 10 for the GameCube. Drake for 10 says, for me, it's GameCube. It had one of the most pivotal games in the RE series. Series? I think he means series. RE4, so that's 10 for GameCube. You guys are killing me with your
Phoenix,
languages
this
here.
This is gonna be a butt kicking today.
No.
He thinks it's going to have a comeback.
It's going to have a comeback.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right. Dirt is King says the GameCube was the peak of the mountain in terms of console gaming. PC overtook the gaming environment after the GameCube. It was the last of the giants. So that's 10 for GameCube. Tin Lee for 10 says, for GameCube, fun fact about RE4 on GameCube, newer weapons in this version were designed as a straight replacement to beginner weapons. Other RE4 versions designed every weapon to be viable at any point. So that's 10 for GameCube. The Gilkman returns for 10 says, just remember, if it wasn't for Game Boy, we would never have gotten the Pokemon video games. So Game Boy is better than GameCube. That's 10 for Game Boy. Lex for 10 says, the last time Jake was on, he said he would appear drunk off his ass the next time he was on Side Scrollers. I am disappointed. For shame.
Well, yeah, with Kirsche.
How do you know
she was
Jake
going to
isn't?
promise to be high as hell, and then I was going to be off my face on wine, and it was just going to be total chaos.
How do you not know that Jake isn't right now? Maybe he's just told himself
Do you know what?
together.
I have done like a full bottle of wine on a stream before, and people honestly couldn't tell that I was drunk. I could tell, though.
I could tell.
But also, it's the first time meeting Rev and Strobe. So I was like,
wow.
Very, very sweet.
BC Wolf for 25 says, Costco, $1.50 has been the same since 1992. They bought 2 hot dog factories to control the price. It is a lost leader, but they don't care. Watch the Fat Files video on it for more info. The more you know. Thank you.
BC Wolf.
And Dan Eva Robot for Canadian 50. Hang on, let me find something here. We're going to go back to Jake. Says, the GameCube for me, just like Phoenix, I have both EON adapters, HDMI, and the component with an upscaler. It makes the game look amazing and sharp on my TV. I can go on forever about my games, but my favorite is F-Zero GX. The music in there is a banger, so that's 50 for the GameCube.
All right.
if you're a furry, you should most definitely be voting for GameCube.
Why is that?
Why do you ask?
Yeah, I do.
Because a lot of furries would consider that Crystal the Fox was probably the start of their obsession from Star Fox Adventures from 2002.
That's actually a really good point.
You know what? I'll say this. I would actually say...
Not a furry, by the way.
Yes. It probably goes back a little further, though, because I think for a lot of furries, their first obsession was Amy from Sonic the Hedgehog.
True.
Or Space Jam, the girl bunny there.
Lola Bunny.
Lola Bunny.
Yeah, that was
even,
Lola Bunny was definitely a divisive thing for a lot of
Nala
people.
from The Lion King.
Okay.
There's a lot of weirdos out there who like Nala from The Lion King.
All right.
No, that is true.
Yeah.
It was the
There's
fuck
those,
me
like,
eyes bit, wasn't
Get
it?
these women off the...
Then there's those
but
like
we're
Wildcat
serious.
books or whatever. Or there's some kind of like cat books that like I
And then you
remember
had-
friends from middle school that were very into those.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lion King 2 with Scar's son.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, just Scar in general. I know.
Is
some
his name like
people.
Kovu? Yeah, Kovu.
I'm a
Yeah,
bad boy.
yeah.
I can't be your boyfriend. No, please be my boyfriend. No. I'm bad.
That's pretty much how my wife and I's relationship started. I was like,
that's
I'm
how
bad
me and my
boy.
girl met too, actually.
That's good, yeah. All right. Let's go get a quick update, Phoenix, on where we're at, and then we'll move on to our next story. Because I'm telling you this next story is shocking.
Well, so far this is pretty shocking because it is $45 for the Game Boy versus $204.99 for the GameCube. So if you are a Game Boy lover out there, it is time to start showing.
It's still early returns here on the show, so we'll see how this stacks up. Game Boy with a Game Boy has a little hill to climb today, but we'll see what happens here. Thank you guys very much for your support. Thank you, Phoenix. Okay. This was something that plopped in front of us right before the show started today. As Jay came on, he goes, "Did you see the whole thing with Blackrock?" And we're like, "What are you talking about?" I feel like we just need to take a look at this because I can't even believe that this was even said publicly, specifically when it comes to being on Fox News. Blackrock CEO Larry Fink, who played an instrumental enforcing woke diversity quotas on companies, now concedes that the woke era was a failed experiment. Let's go and watch this.
Do you believe the woke era a failed experiment? The ESG, the DEI, the kind of push for that. That when you talk about things now, you talk in a practical sense, what we can do, what we can get done. Looking back at that, how do you see it?
Society moves. The pendulum moves all the time. In BlackRock's cases, we are responsible for managing money for everybody. And even today, as you said, maybe these, renewables are less talked about it. I can tell you right now, we have many investors worldwide are investing in renewables, trying to emphasize solar and other things like that. We're working with Occidental Petroleum right now to building the best carbon capture factories in Texas right now. So do I believe the pendulum 5 years ago was too far? Yes.
You do?
I believe we're more I'm personally more pragmatic too. And I believe...
But do you think BlackRock pushed some companies a little bit further left than you thought?
It was never our intention because our job is to be... I got to be a fiduciary to everybody who gives us money. Our responsibility, Brett, is to making...
Hold on real quick. I want to pause there for a second. There's a thing called financial advisors and there's a thing called fiduciaries. Do y'all know the difference between a financial advisor and a fiduciary?
Can't say I do.
Okay. A financial advisor can take your money and they make trades, and the idea is that they're going to advise your money and hopefully you gain money from it. But at the end of the day, they make money based off of the transactions that they do, right? So a financial advisor, oftentimes they're going to make money regardless. A fiduciary, they serve as a financial advisor, but they are bound by the law to make the best interest for your money. And if they do not, they can actually go to jail. That's the difference between a financial advisor and a fiduciary, right? So if you ever have an opportunity to work with a financial advisor, don't. Find yourself a fiduciary. So when he says I have a fiduciary duty, he means that he has to do what's in the best interest to make his clients as much money as he possibly can. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Just want to make sure everybody's on the same page there. Let's go to continue here.
Sure, if one of our investors wants to invest 100% in hydrocarbons in Texas, I'm investing 100% of the money in Texas. But if another state fund wants us to invest in, let's say, all green energy, we're going to do that. It's their money. But today, because of AI and the overwhelming need for power and electricity, it can't just be one way right now. It can't just be hydrocarbons. So if you see what China is doing right now, China is rapidly building more nuclear than any other country in the world. They have the largest solar fields in the world, yet they're the biggest importer of gas and oil. And so to me, more importantly today, I think society has moved into a better position of having more pragmatism. And what you're hearing from me is I'm echoing what we're hearing from our clients.
Do you believe?
So people are saying, yo, dude, you pushed way too far. And people that are investing their money in BlackRock to make them more money, right? They're saying, yo, pushed way too far. I was shocked. I'm shocked by this, that he would actually go on and say this, considering just the nonsense that's just been beaten over our head for the,
the
past
revelation of
5,
it
6
is
years.
honestly is astounding. Like just how much this confirms for so many people who were conspiracy theorists. And I feel like, you know, YouTubers like Endymion and you know, Rev and Smash and all these other like, you know, gaming sort of news and you know, nerd culture stuff probably could have saved Larry a lot of money if he had just listened to them and was just like, so you know that thing that you were pushing all this woke shit in and we told you it was going to flop and you said no it's not, and then it flopped and you had a bunch of studio closures and you had a bunch of company and development company closures and publisher restructuring. Yeah, and then you did it again, and then you did it again, and you kept expecting this modern audience to show up, and they didn't. Yeah, they could have saved you a lot of money on that, on the investments that were being made. It's just unbelievable that the confirmation that's been received.
You know, I'm not even really that surprised that he comes out and admits it. I mean, this guy is just like pure evil. Like, I don't think
Yes.
there's another
Did you
way
see
of
the
looking
hand
at it.
rub he did?
Yes.
Did you see that?
And, you know, if you paid attention, like, he said a whole lot of words, but there was nothing actually said. I mean, this guy was just going in circles, covering himself. And I'm not surprised he comes out and just says the truth, because you can have the truth right in front of your face. And, you know, people like myself have been calling this stuff out for years and years at this point, and we're called crazy, bigots, what have you. Like, I can't tell you how many times, like, calling out DEI and saying like, this doesn't work. This makes people angry. It rubs people the wrong way. And I'm called a bigot, a Nazi, all these things. And here you have Larry Fint just coming out and saying, oh, yeah, we were doing all that. We were pushing it and we went too far, pretty much. And well, whatever. We're just going to repivot because that's what's going to make us the most money. And just don't worry about it.
I think the best part of this whole thing is that people who follow the woke ideology, who've basically replaced religion in their lives with that, congrats, you are a corporate experiment and it has failed. So your whole ideology proven to be just corporate suits just saying, hey, wouldn't it be great if we could do this and make money? Oh, we didn't. Anyway, be gone with your religion now. So congrats. And all the people that you shunned, all the people you gave the middle finger to, all the violence that you've output into this world, you fucking monumental shitbags. A failed corporate experiment. Congratulations.
Confirm shilling. They were really shills.
1,000%. And
Yes.
I mean, I'll say this. This should be validation for literally every single person watching our show who's been tired of this nonsense, going like, what the hell is all this stuff? And to find out that it is totally fabricated over the past 5 an overreaction to what happened in 2020, a total swing of the pendulum and the nonsense that was being pushed there. I think of like, I go back to Game Attack, right? The brand that I had before this, where after I left that company, they dove deep head first into this nonsense, making a shirt that said woke trash on it because they were so, it's honestly sad. I feel sorry for them that they were so manipulated, and they have to look themselves in the mirror, not just them, but everybody else, and say, I was, as Phoenix said, part of a fucking experiment.
They're not going to do that, though. They're not going to look in the mirror. They're just going to keep going. They're just completely screwed at this point. They've completely indoctrinated themselves, or allowed themselves to be. They're not going to reflect on any of this. Like, you are, that's the best way of describing a failed corporate experiment. Like, imagine being that. That's so embarrassing. That's the worst thing you could be. But they're not going to reflect on this. Yeah.
No. So I have some examples before we get to the reaction to what this looks like online. Some examples of some companies that dove deep into this. Obviously, everyone remembers Bud Light with Dylan Mulvaney, right? Well, that was probably the biggest one. Target.
I covered that.
You guys, I remember walking into Target and seeing the Pride collection with the, like, I walked in, I was like, what the hell is this? And I sent it to my brother, and all of a sudden that was a viral thing, and corporate, they just flopped because of that. Do you remember Gillette and Procter and Gamble, where they had the toxic masculinity #MeToo about razors and shaving? Obviously, Disney is a big thing with the diverse remakes of The Little Mermaid and Snow White and the LGBTQ plus storylines here, and the opposition to Florida's "Don't Say Gay" bill, right? All that. This was Harley Davidson, John Deere, Tractor Supply, Lowe's, Walmart, Ford, Coors, Ben & Jerry's, Victoria's Secret, all these companies all have BlackRock tied into them. So now you can see, will they begin the shift back? I don't know. We'll see. It simply comes back to money. It's always been about money. Always.
Well, I mean, it came out of Lowry's mouth himself. It's always about the money.
You mentioned Enemion, Jake.
He reacted to this as well.
Yeah. BlackRock CEO admits the woke era was a mistake, and everyone who played into it was manipulated. Every website, every person. It was never genuine. Actually, truth bomb, dude. Every push of DEI and all that was carefully constructed to fit narratives. I got called so many names for pushing back, and now the guy who started is like, yeah, we screwed up. Unreal, dude. So much damage has to be undone from this. So many game companies alone still clinging to this bullshit, knowing it won't work. Unbelievable. Man.
How about the division and the violence too? More importantly than entertainment,
the political violence that was propagated because of this, because they so believed in it. It was dogmatic for them, like trans rights sponsored by BlackRock. It's just unbelievable that It worked in the sense that it was enough to propagandize the weak-minded into being politically violent, but not enough to sell any fucking products.
Disparu came in with this this is the long lingering effects of all this. You don't have millions of incompetents employed in major roles across every industry who can't do the job, yet their existence depends on DEI. They continue to push it and fight for it no matter what now. Can't put the genie back in the bottle. They get paid to push it, right? All the DEI and diversity, you had roles that were carved out because of this. People's livelihoods depend on this now. And the genie will not go back in the bottle here. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I just think about this one story. It was a big deal in California with the fires there where DEI became a big focus, and they had programs with millions of dollars going into it to hire people who admitted they couldn't carry someone out of a fire. They weren't physically competent, and they blamed people for getting themselves in situations like that. It was a crazy campaign. I remember making videos about it saying, like, this is ridiculous. Like, if even one person or even one building could have been saved if that money was invested somewhere else to competent people, that was a deadly mistake. And I was called a bigot and all these terrible things. I'm awful. And it's like, this isn't just like people relying on it for jobs. Like, people's lives were actually put in danger because of this sort of ideology being pushed. And it really is a religion to these people. They will sacrifice anything for it to keep it going.
It was that black lesbian.
Yep.
That was her. Like, what it was. The question was, what if there's a man in there and you can't get him out? And she was just like, looks at the camera or something like that. She's like, well, if there's a guy in there, he probably shouldn't have got himself in that situation in the first place. And everyone's just like, come again? Going to do a take 2 of that? We can do another one of those if you like. Unbelievable. Just bare face in front of everybody. So proud of it.
Dr. T.S. King says, I trust BlackRock as far as the CEO can throw a blue whale. He's right on paper about the need for nuclear energy, but I do not trust him. The man is a snake in human form. More for the GameCube. That's 10 for the GameCube right there. Thanks to Dr. T.
I mean, he can probably throw a whale pretty far with all the adrenochrome that he drinks.
Hayden Wayne for 10 says, Fink is full of shit. They were trying to create the modern audience. Forced behaviors, him and the WEF have said they were going to do that. They won't stop, just regroup and try again. Thank you, Hayden. Epsilon Sama says, if you read/watch One Piece, you know the type of person Fink is. Dude is a literal demon. If you squint your eyes, you'll be able to see the horns and pointy tail. Don't trust him. Also Game Boy.
How much is that for?
10 for the Game Boy right there. Yeah, what an absolute disgusting mess. And look, does it feel kind of validating? Sure, because this is something that Rev, you've been talking about, Jake, we've been talking about for the longest time. But, how do you put the ketchup back in the bottle there? You know, you
It's
truly
like
can't.
Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park. I hate being right all this time.
There definitely does feel like that, right?
Yeah.
And once again, conspiracy theorists, once again, proven right.
Good year for us.
That's right. It's a good year all the time for us, constantly. All right, let's go ahead and move on. But before we do, I want to make sure that, yes, I will absolutely let you know that today's episode, friends, is brought to you by, once again, our friends over at Rumble Wallet. Hey, do you see the QR code on my screen? Do you? Well, it's there for you, whether you're watching over on YouTube or you're watching over on Rumble or wherever you're watching. Here's a little scoop for you guys. At the end of the day, this little QR code is the secret to some amazing success for us creators over here. It's actually one of the top reasons. Well, listen, we use Rumble for a lot of different reasons, but it's a great incentive to work with Rumble. As when you super chat, a lot of people don't know this. When you super chat over on YouTube, YouTube takes 30% of that, right? Which kind of sucks. When you support over on Twitch, they take 50% of that, not with Rumble Wallet. You can support. The platform takes 0 fees with Rumble Wallet. You literally send 100% of your money to side scrollers, and that's how we get it. It's awesome. You can super chat with Bitcoin, Tether Gold, or other stable coins. It's awesome. And your tip will show up directly in our Rumble chat, and we're going to do it. We're going to read every single one of them, which is great. All you need to do is download the Rumble Wallet app. You can go to wallet.rumble.com and download the app, or you can go to the app stores. It's very easy to do. It's an amazing way to get rid of the middleman and help the creator economy. It's spectacular. Shout out to Rumble for making this disruptive technology. I encourage you, please scan the QR code, download the Rumble app, or go to wallet.rumble.com and check it out. Listen, they support us, so please support them. Appreciate your support there, Rumble Wallet. Thanks, guys. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next little segment of the show, because there's more. There's always more. And I'm very excited to talk with you, Rev and Straub, about this in particular. And Jake, you do not know anything about this at all, which is very exciting. Jake, do you know who the Chicago Bulls are?
Space Jam.
You're not wrong. Actually, a lot of people would recognize the Chicago Bulls strictly because Michael Jordan was on the Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go Bulls.
They have not been relevant really since 1998. They've had a couple peaks, but for the most part, they're the team that Michael Jordan once played for. That's the ins and outs. Until today, actually last night, as one of their players, a guy named Jaden Ivey. Now, Jaden Ivey, he was a high draft pick in the NBA several years ago, and he's been fine. He's been a okay player. But he went in on an Instagram rant yesterday, and he has now been waived, meaning kicked off the team for conduct detrimental to the team. And a lot of this stems from the Chicago Bulls celebrating Pride Night. And he went out and had this to say in an Instagram story.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ.
He'll get there. He'll get there. Thanks, X.
He's taking a very dramatic pause.
Yes, it's a very hard pause. You did see this?
I had no idea who the hell he was, but it popped up on my my reels.
Yes. Here we go.
That the world can proclaim LGBTQ. Right? They proclaim Pride Month in the NBA. They proclaim it. They show it to the world. They say, come join us for Pride Month, to celebrate unrighteousness. They proclaim it. They proclaim it on the billboards. They proclaim it in the streets. Unrighteousness. So how is it that one can't speak righteousness? How is it one that how are they to say that Man, this man is crazy.
So he went on Instagram, said that pretty much just saying like, no, I don't know. How do you, I didn't even take that as like, this is a bad, I just said like, this is something that they do, right? They proclaim this, right? This led to Chicago Bulls coming out with this statement. Chicago Bulls announced today that the team has waived guard Jaden Ivey due to conduct detrimental to the team. Over here.
What does that mean? Waived guard? What does that mean?
Means that he's been released
He's been
from his
released.
contract.
Yeah.
He's no longer with the team. Okay. He is. So he then took to Instagram and said this. Hopefully it plays through all right. But let's see what this.
Right? They said your conduct is detrimental to the team. I haven't been with the team. Right? I haven't been with the team because I've been rehabbing. So how is my conduct detrimental to the team? Where have I done detriment? Did the players did I say man, you suck? Did I say you suck to the players? That would be detrimental to the team, right? Because I don't trust and I'm saying the player sucks, and I'm on the same team as him, right? And he's my teammate. We're supposed to be teammates. We're supposed to be on the same team, right? We're supposed to be playing together, right? We're supposed to be passing the ball to each other, right? We're supposed to be doing handoffs and ball screens, right? We're supposed to be doing these things.
So,
two things right off the bat. There's two things right off the bat there. Number
Fire
one,
away.
that is religious discrimination, and he absolutely should file a suit for that. Secondly, that is unrighteous. The exact thing he said they were, and then they went ahead and proved him fucking right. So, originally, the only word that he used to really contextualize what that rambling is, you can tell this guy's an athlete and nothing else, was that he does have a religious contention with this. And he was let go from the team because of his religious contention. This could probably very well hold up in court in terms of religious discrimination. And also then proves him right in front of everybody. Because the guy didn't even say that much, and he's lost a massive contract, I can only assume. So he's right in both counts, in being able to potentially open up a lawsuit here for discrimination, and also the unrighteousness that he was referring to in his initial video that he made.
There's just so much to unpack with this. The phrasing they used in the statement the Bulls made about his conduct being detrimental to the team, you have to explain why. Like, what about the things that he said? How did that affect the team? How is that dampening their performance as a team? How is that creating strife? Like, he's allowed to have opinions. If he came out in support of Pride, how is that any different than him disagreeing with the message? Because that can alienate people too, if you're supporting that. So I don't understand how having any sort of feelings about it is treated differently than supporting it. And I just think about the NBA. They are extremely woke. I mean, I think back to 2020, if you want to talk about like the derangement going on with how far things went, people were wearing Black Lives Matter warm-up shirts. They were wearing I Can't Breathe shirts during warm-ups. They were taking a knee during the anthem, which I just got, this is a bit of a tangent, but like everyone was taking a knee during the anthem in basketball, football, pretty much every sport back in 2020. And the thing they said is, we're going to do this until there is either no more racial inequality or there's no more police brutality. We'll do this forever until all those things are fixed. How many people kneel? None of them. Everyone stands for the national anthem now. They're just full of crap. It was all performative. And, you know, I just think about this guy, like he has an opinion that's the wrong thing, and he's being completely thrown out the door. And the biggest thing, last thing I'll say is, who's going to stand up for this guy? Because his teammates should stand up for him and say, no, his conduct was not detrimental to our team. We feel comfortable with him having an opinion, even if we disagree with it. He's had this forced on him as a part of the league. He has to engage with the stuff that he thinks is unrighteous, and that is his fair opinion to have. And he's not being disrespectful. He's not being intolerant. He's not saying like, oh, you know, I won't do X, Y, or Z. He's just pointing out that it conflicts with his religious beliefs. Does he have to compromise those in order to play in the NBA? I don't think so.
I think everyone's afraid to stand up against this kind of BlackRock sponsored monster because everything would be a catalyst. There would be no small victory. It would be the beginning of a much larger upheaval. And no one wants to be ground zero for that. I mean, you know, Gamergate was that kind of situation as well. It was one small battle that turned into this monumental problem, and no one wants to be in the middle of that. But you're right. They absolutely should all band together and just be like, this is not righteous. And this is not something that should have happened. It's a completely unequal response to what he even said anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting here is, you know, like he's made a ton of money in his career. Big, you know, outside of the money, he's going to be fine financially if he spent his money the right way. But I do want to, this was the Bulls last year. They had a Pride night last year. And like, tell me that's not cultish.
Jesus Christ.
So bizarre.
Y'all keep watching it though. So,
well, that's the thing, right? What will they receive phone calls today from their season ticket holders?
No.
Right? I think they'll receive a small percentage, but not enough, right? Not enough to make a dent, right? And
I just don't get it. Like, why are we doing this with basketball or like any sports? Like, why do we have to put any kind of anything, like any kind of political message, like whether it's this or whether it's something else? Like, why can't we just go to the game and like watch sports and not see these things? I don't understand.
Because they make money and no one will push back.
Yeah, it's a massive platform.
Really simple.
Yeah. Right.
But this is why people are so mad, Strobe. It's just because it feels so needless.
This is the thing. The audience is mostly straight males, right? That's the thing that I don't think people understand about sports. It's mostly just straight dudes who want to watch
the last person they want to appeal to.
Yeah, I mean, that was the same thing, right, with the Super Bowl and with the halftime show. Everyone was like, what's the point? Do you even know your audience? Like, there were a lot of people watching just the halftime show for the halftime show because, sure, yeah, the guy has fans. But, like, when it comes to the people that are actually there to watch football, majority of those people did not care about this guy, did not know about this guy. That was not their interest. So he knows what he's done. He has essentially been blacklisted from the NBA for this. And he said on Instagram he doubts any NBA team is going to sign him again because of what he said right here. What's interesting about this, and we're going to get to some of the extreme hypocrisy here from the NBA here in just a second. But what's interesting is how he's being painted by media here, and that he needs to get help for his transphobic rant or homophobic rant that he went on. The idea, this framing of he's damaged goods because he said this. And I feel like it's almost setting a precedent for a situation like this to where, listen, you know, we did this to Jaden Ivey. You speak out against this, you're out. You're out of the club, like literally just out of the club. And that's the insane thing about this. But hey, it wouldn't be the NBA without hypocrisy here. Take, for instance, Kevin Porter Jr., who currently plays for the Milwaukee Bucks. In 2020, he was arrested after crashing a car, and police found a loaded handgun and weed right there. And then in 2023, he was arrested for felony charges of second-degree assault and strangulation after an alleged domestic violence attack on his girlfriend, who was a WNBA player. Hey, that's not that bad. Whatever. Oh, don't forget about Miles Bridges, who beat his ex-wife in front of her children.
I was just going to bring him up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and don't forget about Josh Giddey, who plays for the Chicago Bulls, who was traded for by the Bulls, who had sex with an underage teen and still gets to play on the team right here.
None of those are as bad as homophobia.
That's right. And let's not forget about LeBron James, who posted "You're next," talking about this police officer here who went on and this was several years ago and talking about accountability right here. "You're next" over here, literally threatening. Oh, and it doesn't just stop with players. What about coaches? Steve Kerr, head coach of the Golden State Warriors, who has consistently railed on our president, calling him literally Hitler, and called law enforcement like ICE Nazis in public press announcements and press conferences with the NBA logo, with the team logo right behind him. Nothing done. Nothing done.
Because they endorsed that.
It's amazing. It's truly amazing. We have this post from Kate. The NBA has made it crystal clear right here. Beat your girlfriend, strangle your wife, plead guilty to domestic abuse, no problem. Serve a short suspension and get right back on the court. Just ask Miles Bridges, Kevin Porter, Jackson Hayes, or even Jason Kidd, head coach of the Dallas Mavericks. Over 400 arrests over the years for domestic violence, DUI, weapons charges, and more. But you suddenly stand up for your Christian faith, now you're suddenly unstable. Now you're a problem. Now you're not fit for the league. Violence gets a second chance. Faith gets you blacklisted. The NBA isn't confused. It's exposed. Right here.
This is why I've become pro-Christian. I'm still an atheist, but I'm pro-Christian now.
Right.
Because the war was always against them. Not those that necessarily disagree with Roe, regardless of whatever belief systems they have. It was a war on Christianity. The foundations that Christian men built as well.
Well, you may be asking yourself, what can be done about this? Will he sue? Well, some people say he can't really, there's not a whole lot to stand on right there. I think really
termination.
Well, it depends. Is it a private club? The U.S. laws are kind of finicky, right? If you're a part of a club, I don't know, right? On the surface, yes, but there's more layers to it.
It may be something like to the effect of that he's allowed to disagree with it and privately, boycott the thing, but he can't publicly say something. It could be something stupid like that.
I'm sure Gina Carano could probably help him out.
There is one solution here, and this may be the best one for Jaden Ivey. He could identify as a woman, go to the WNBA, and score 75 points a game. I'm just saying, he would then be lauded as brave and wonderful, and the endorsements would roll in, and his $10 million salary would look like chump change in comparison. He would be a true champion. Probably get a Nike deal out of it, I'm being honest with you. So
it'd just all be skirts, though. That's all you'd get. Nike skirts, tennis skirts.
I mean, how dare you be so sexist to think that women wear skirts?
I will be sexist, loud and proud.
I tweeted.
The skirts are cute. I can't lie.
They're so cute. I did tweet this out. I asked Grok. Do you guys remember the movie Joanna Man from 2002?
Yes. Good Lord. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
That's a blast.
It said, breaking, Jaden Ivey has shaved his beard and mustache and now signed with the Charlotte Banshees of the WUBA. By the way, that was some deep research for me, finding out that the team that Joanna Man played on was the Charlotte Banshees of the WNBA. That's journalism right there. Just want to point that out. Thank you, Phoenix.
Well done. Good job.
Thank you. Straub, any closing thoughts on that?
I mean, it just makes me sad that, you can't express your beliefs without getting, in trouble. And, I mean, more than just in trouble, you get your career, ended over it. But then it's so hypocritical because, you just said, it's okay, well, there might be some kind of clauses or this or that where you could do it privately but maybe not publicly, and of course that very well may be true, but then it's so hypocritical because for all these other things they just let it slide because clearly they have an agenda that they're pushing.
I also think it's because he has a career and everything, but he's not some superstar where their team would completely collapse without him. And especially, I think he is injured right now. So there's oh yeah, here's a chance to get rid of him.
Yeah,
we can enforce our will.
Now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, it would have been, I think, a very different story if it was LeBron James who did this. They would give him a pass, of course. There's just so much hypocrisy in the NBA. And the only solution is to not watch. If you have an issue with these sorts of things, stop watching the NBA. I mean, if you didn't have a problem with the wife beating and all that stuff they seem to completely approve of, this is an eye-opener for some people, especially if you are a Christian.
I think the thing is that the NBA's ratings have been dropping over the last several years, and it's not like you don't go from 10 million views to 0 overnight, but they have seen a dramatic drop in everything across the board, whether it's their All-Star game, whether it's their finals, whether it's their playoffs, whether it's regular season games. Phoenix, what you're saying, you got to stop watching. People have definitely tuned out when it comes to the NBA.
I'd say they're just dying off. Most of them wouldn't. I just think that sports in general is it's just a dying entertainment thing. And I don't think anyone's actually turning off anything. I can go dark here. I'm convinced that most people a company can go out and promote CP and they'll still want the entertainment. Like, I just don't have any faith in humanity at all that they're willing to turn off the thing they like. They just want to, because that's why they keep getting taken advantage of. It's really simple. It's like, I can push these people, I can keep pushing them, and they'll do literally nothing. And then I make money from these other people over here, which is great. And I'll just keep doing that and doing that and doing that. And you just see it over and over and over. And they just go, okay, that's fine. Just let me do my thing. Okay, I won't, I'll watch the game after they kneel. I won't watch that part. I just want to watch the thing. So I just think that the numbers that are going down is more realistically that those people are just dying off and that these companies are trying to find new ways of making money. So you introduce corporate experiments like DEI and all this other shit that you hope that at the very least some purple-haired clown will wear your shirt because it's in line with their religion. So I'd still say it's pretty dire.
And it's not anything new. I think about the NFL with Tim Tebow and how he was completely blacklisted despite being a very formidable quarterback that could have led any team to a level of success, but they completely kicked him out of the league because he was an open Christian and he did the crime of praying after touchdowns or something like that. That was far too much for them. So this has been happening for a very long time, and it's very sad to see.
It's very Orwellian.
Oh yeah.
Winston always knew that the only way to rebel against the party was if the proles united and made the changes, but they never would.
All right, let's go ahead and move on. It's obviously, a stupid ass story, and I wish that it's never happened. But like I said, you got to vote with the fucking wallets, man. You got to vote with your wallets.
Good on him for at least sticking to his
to it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
The most fascinating thing about that story to me is the idea that everyone's like, oh my gosh, like he needs to get help. Like that's the most amazing thing about it. He needs to get help. He's being portrayed as like mentally deranged.
Yeah. People were saying he needs to be like re-educated. Like he needs to be forcibly re-educated. Like they're not being hyperbolic. They actually think that.
Yeah,
they want to open the camps for us.
Yeah, brainwashing, some would say.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next story. But first, let's get a couple supers. Then we'll get an update on our Game Boy versus GameCube matchup here. Blaz, why don't you read off a couple of these real fast?
Okie dokie. So, Base Gamer for Tens is finally getting to watch live and vote. This is for the GameCube. My first new console bought me as a younger with Lord of the Rings as well. Please use my other two to go with this. So, I've actually already put the other two in Phoenix, so it's just $10 for the GameCube. So you're set for that one. Why am I so big? I don't like this.
You're big because I'm getting things queued up. Go ahead.
Fine. Anyway, here, I'll do that. All right. Lord Necros for 20 says for GameCube. I've spent countless hours on the GameCube. Beat Resident Evil 4 at least 20 times on there. I was just playing Wind Waker on it last night. So that is 20 for GameCube. Thank you very much. John Wolf for 10 says Game Boy. I recently revived mine by modding it with LCD screen and USB-C charging and battery. Says 10 for Game Boy. Scrolling. By the way, guys, if I don't read your super chat, I've already put it in for the showdown. So don't worry, every single super chat is being accounted for. Toaster for 10 says DEI was used to control the price of labor, not for equity. Puts the underqualified into positions of power, makes them very controllable, and CEOs yell isms at anyone calling it out. Money to GameCube, so that's 10 for GameCube. Lori for 10 says just lost a best friend this past weekend because I asked too many questions and pushed back on DEI. This is vindicating. Also, GameCube is the best from the rest. I'm very sorry about your friend, or Lord, like Lord the car. And that's 10 for GameCube.
a legit question, right? For those who have lost friends over there, like me too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Probably everyone here, sure.
Everybody here at some point.
Everything, yeah.
Right. How? Like this pisses me off, right? I want to shove this in their face and be like, look at what an idiot you've been. Is that petty of me?
No, not at all, because
it's futile.
They've caused incredible amounts of psychological stress and pain for a lot of people in their lives.
It's not petty. I feel like for the people that I've lost, like I've lost a lot of friends, including like very, very close friends, like from college. And I just know though, like they believe these things to their core. Like it is who they are. Like you said, it's their religion. This is like their identity. So it wouldn't matter. They would just say, well, you know, that guy, like talking about like the Blackrock thing and stuff, like, they'd probably be like, oh yeah, well he's like not a good guy, but you know, this is what's right, and I'll always stand for what's right, or something like that.
What they would say is, oh, that was on Fox News. That's propaganda. That's not real. Also, we're in camps. There's camps right now, and I've lost all my rights, and I'm living in an episode of The Handmaid's Tale. Like, they're just living in another corporeal dimension at this point. I don't know what else to say.
Like, I firmly believe that a lot of these people, like, I know, like, my friends that, like, I was best friends with, they fully believe everything they say. Like, it's not some LARP. It's not them trying to, like, you know, they believe all of this stuff. They really believe they are living in, like, the end times, and that Trump is, like, you know, out there actually, like, murdering all these people. Like, they believe all of this.
I got to be honest. I would actually really love to see an action movie where Donald Trump is in his suit, going around with a knife in his mouth. You know, he's like, going up slicing people's throats. He's like, "Fuck you, tranny," you know, like whatever, just going off and off on people. That'd be a pretty good. Sorry, and just a quick side note, because I maybe I am being petty, but I want to shove this shit down their throat and be like, "You fucking morons," and fuck you too, because they've been so shitty. And maybe this goes back to, you know, I had this conversation with my daughter about you got to rise up and be better than these people. Like, man, there's a time and place just to be a fucking asshole, and I feel like this is the point.
It's only human.
I think that if you're going to do that, it's more productive is that if the tables turn one day from this corporate experiment, is that to never show them any mercy at all, ever.
That's
Zero.
100%.
I certainly will give them zero mercy. So if it turns around and they ask for your forgiveness and stuff like that, have fun at it and what you want to tell them, and then also make sure that they never ever work again, and their family and their children's children never work again.
They have to be
decimate
crushed, they
them.
have to be destroyed. You've heard Sam Hyde. They have to be. They would not give us any. They showed no quarter. They would crush us if they could, and they have.
Treat them as a plague.
Mm-hmm. They have to learn. It needs to be eradicated.
Okie dokie. Iron Bear BT for 10 says, can you guys each give your thoughts on people defending these bad business practices by calling these out as grifters? For example, with movies, TV shows, games, GameCube, easily. Oh, he's saying etc. GameCube, so that's 10 for GameCube.
I think you know who the grifters are, right? Based off of the timeline that they do it and their thought process on these things, right? You can see right through it. I think we've been. You know, people go, oh, the right wing grift, you know, when it comes to side scrollers or Rev or any, pretty much the idea of that anybody who doesn't think super, super far left, they immediately get put in the far right grift thing, right?
Can you define grifter real quick? I'm only asking because a lot of people have very different definitions, so I just want to make sure that the answer I give you is contextual.
Sure. The idea that a grift is you only say it to make the money. That's pretty much.
See, if you were only.
There's a really easy way to debunk that entire thing that the right-wing thing is a grift. Literally 30 seconds ago, we all expressed the fact that we've lost entire support networks of friends because of what we believe. We are not going to potentially destroy our entire lives for something that is quote-unquote a grift. We are sacrificing so much of our social circles, even familial relationships, for standing on what we believe in. That is statistically and analytically supported, BT dubs. So this is absolutely not a grift by any imagination. I couldn't even fly to the US a couple of months ago because I'm on a fucking watch list.
Right.
They opened my bag and everything, and they delayed my fucking flight, and it cost me several hundred fucking dollars.
This is literally the worst grift ever, if this is a grift, because the whole purpose of a grift is to get money by saying stuff you don't believe. Like, me, Straub, I'm sure everyone here at some capacity has lost business opportunities because of the things we say and the things we cover. So this is a terrible grift. I'd be the worst grifter ever. If I wanted to grift, I would either share nothing or I would go hyper left and just be kind of the agreeable thing. And I would get all the sponsorships, all the collabs I want. Trust me, I've seen how things have changed the last couple of years where, having my opinion, for once it was kind of like, oh, that's a little out there. Now it's like, no, it just doesn't work. No one wants to work with you anymore. And that's a reality I can accept. It's not what I like, but I'm not going to change anything. And if that's what a grift is, y'all, that's a terrible grift.
Yeah, I mean,
I've got no Bugattis and no sponsorships, so.
I guess, like, you know, standing on, like, your beliefs and your principles, like, you know, no matter what is a grift, like, then sure. But it's so ridiculous. And people use that word, obviously, just to describe anyone that is saying something they don't like. Like, people call, I'm sure all of us hear that, right? Like, I've heard, like, oh, I'm a grifter because I changed my content around. I'm like, bro, I nuked my entire YouTube channel. I deleted every single video. Some of my videos had almost 1 million views on them, and I nuked my Patreon. Like, I make so much less money than I used to, but I'm doing things that I actually believe in and think are right. So, like, okay, how am I a grifter? It just makes no sense.
You sleep better for sure.
Last fire away.
Okie dokie, starting from here. Commenter fan for 10 says the Trump shooter Thomas Crooks was in Blackrock promotional material. The conspiracy theorist in me wonders if Blackrock was fully behind it all to get Trump out to push DEI or just a coincidence.
Oh, you didn't hear? The bullet that was meant to come out of the rifle that he had didn't match the bullet that was found. I'm talking about Charlie Kirk here, but that's an interesting development that should be talked about at some point as well. The bullet that was meant for the gun that came out of the gun that what's his name, Robinson, the one that shot Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Crooks. Oh,
the bullet that was found in Charlie Kirk did not match the caliber of the bullet that was meant to be used in that rifle.
That's the latest. Yeah, I just heard that.
That's
too.
The latest thing. Yeah, it's pretty wild.
I mean, that whole situation has always made me uncomfortable, and like, I don't know. I watched a lot of different things in the beginning because I was someone who followed Charlie like very closely. And I mean, the whole thing always made me uncomfortable, but also like there's so many different conspiracies that go into it, and like I don't know, it got to a point where I just stopped watching like any of it because it just got too much for me. Like it's so.
No, I agree with you, Strobe. I'm right there with you as well because like I wouldn't say it was admiration, but I had a great deal of respect for Charlie. I really enjoyed every time his content came up and enjoyed following him, but. What has preceded his death is, I can't imagine is described as anything else other than entirely morbid and disrespectful. It's just unfortunate that his death is surrounded by all of these conspiracies and everything that people talk about, everything that people make content about is essentially him dying in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And it feels a little bit icky.
Icky is a great way to describe it for sure.
Yeah.
You just don't know who to trust or believe, you know?
No.
Yeah. I just kind of want him to rest, you know?
Yeah. That was like 7 months ago now. It seems like it was a lifetime ago. Man.
But it was the turning point for a lot of people. I certainly became more aggressive in my beliefs after that.
I think a lot of people did, yes. Hyena Fur came out with 1999, says, for the Game Boy, many more memorable moments playing Super Mario Land. Cube had the most divisive adventures and the worst assault Star Fox games. Also, Crystal, Lola, and Sonic Girls are trash waifus. Thank you, Hyena Fur. Hayden Wayne says, all this stuff comes from wanting to control people. I heard a Gen Z the other day says, well, I grew up with the race swap, so it isn't that big a deal to me. That's the entire point. Normalizing something and divide people. Thank you for that, Hayden. Appreciate that. All right, let's get an update real fast, and we'll get to the rest of your Super Chats, Direct Donations, and Rumble Rants. Phoenix, where are we at with our GameCube versus Game Boy battle today?
Here we go. $92.09 for the original Nintendo Game Boy and $288.99 for the Nintendo GameCube. I still believe the Game Boy people will come at the end. That's what I believe.
Gotta have faith there, Phoenix, right?
Hell yeah, dog.
Rohan will answer.
Mm-hmm. All right, thank you, Phoenix. Appreciate that.
You know what, though?
What's
I'm
that,
gonna
Blast?
message Shams and ask her what she wants to put her $2,000 for.
Shamsa, put one on
Do it
each.
right now.
One on each, Shamsa.
No. I'm gonna message her right now.
One on each. Tell her one on each. Tell her. Ask her, please.
No.
One on each.
This is a pivotal moment.
This is a very pivotal moment right here.
This could change everything.
That seems like a great YouTube title. This could change everything.
Very vague, very good, yes.
All right, I have messaged her. We shall find out.
Okay, well, you let us
Potentially be
know.
able to turn off the time.
Let us know after this story.
Okay.
Okay. Now, we can talk about the dog stuff. I actually want to move on to something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while here on this show. And this goes in line with the conversation today, so it's not that far to left field. I tried to pull this up the other day and it didn't work out, but we've talked about how people have, shamed you for your thoughts. They feel like you may have changed. What happened to you, Straub? What happened to you, Rev? What happened to you, Jake? You're different than what I thought. There was this clip of side scrollers, the previous iteration of side scrollers from 2013-ish, which I posted over on X the other day, and I wanted to share it here on the show because people go to me and they say, "What happened to you, Craig? You've changed." And I went back and I watched this clip and I was like, have I really changed? So I wanted to kind of open this up with you guys. Now, a little bit of context here. Side Scrollers at the time was a weekly show. It was about 30 to 45 minutes long. And in it, we had a segment called the Side Scrollers News Desk, which the idea was we would look at some of the silly things that happened throughout the week in the world of news, right? And that was kind of where we're going to start off right here. So this is about 6 minutes of this and my reaction to this story.
Clemens University, y'all have heard of?
Clemson?
Yeah, sorry. Clemson University.
Clemens University.
Oh, Clemens!
Clemson University. Y'all heard of it before?
Actually, no. I just saw it in the doc and read it correctly because.
Well, dyslexia is a pain. I don't need to be that PC about it because I don't care. So.
No, you're just saying it wrong.
Yeah.
Let's go look at this stuff over here.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
They have a taco night or a maximum Mexican night.
Maximum Mexican night?
On Wednesday nights.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
I mean, maximum
and
Mexican.
it's a cafeteria.
Sounds
It's a cafeteria event. That's their Wednesday night. It's maximum Mexican night, right?
Okay.
That sounds great. Was somebody offended? Please tell me someone was offended.
God dang it!
So
you guys, every week you guys are just gonna bring in. This is turning into not what stupid people are. It's
Well,
just
Craig,
how
we just
stupid
have to see.
everybody is.
We have to just see how far it goes until you break.
I'll flip this table.
So, two complaining students use the hashtag CU culturally insensitive, but with the CU because it's Clemson. Anyway, so yeah, clever hashtag to report their campus about all the shit because they thought it was extremely racist that they were serving them in a non-culturally accurate method, and apparently one of the chefs wore a sombrero and that was excessively racist, and they claimed that the tacos were really putting an unfavorable light on their culture.
The fucking tacos.
That's $1. That's $1.
This is so fucking stupid.
So one of the main one is a picture of the cafeteria worker wearing a sombrero, and the caption said, "Our culture isn't a costume, and we will not be mocked."
Sound familiar?
Hell yeah,
It literally
dog.
is a costume, though. Play Mario Odyssey.
I know somebody who got in trouble for pretending to be Mexican for Halloween. He had a sombrero and a poncho and a maraca, and they wouldn't let him into the party. They had to
Wasn't
fight
Mexican enough.
for it. Yeah, because he was a white guy, and he's like, "Are you serious?"
It just reminds me of those videos where people are dressed up with a sombrero and everything, and they go around California and ask random white dudes, "Do you think this costume is offensive?" They're like, "It's very offensive. It's very racist." Then they go to Mexico and they ask a random Mexican on the street, "Do you think this is offensive?" They're like, "No, it's pretty cool, man." It's complete difference, but yeah, that's been going on for a while.
Yeah, you go to your local. Yeah, you go to your local Mexican restaurant. They'll put the sombrero on your head and sing to you and bring you I don't know some kind of like special dessert with like churros or something. I don't know. Like they don't actually care. Like if you go up to like your average like Hispanic person, like they don't care.
I remember going to LA and I got some very pretentious DMs about what is quote unquote traditional Mexican food. It was something like, hey man, if the guy serving you doesn't call the chef mama or something, then just leave. It's not traditional. I was just like, shut the fuck up. Good Lord. But I did the same thing in Japan. I was in Japan, and at the time, it was around 2016, and there was like this thing going on where it's like you can't wear a certain thing, or what was it, like a kimono or something like that. And basically 2016 was like this big explosion of cultural appropriation being the hot topic for leftards at the time. And I was in Japan, and my translator, which ended up being redundant because my Japanese was good enough, I remember going over and just being like, is that offensive, like for a white guy to be wearing this? And she's like, no. I was like, well, because they say it's offensive over there. And she's like, you're wearing Japanese stuff over there? Cool.
That reminds me of right now the shift with Twitter where there's like the crossover with the Japanese side of Twitter with the Western side, or really the American side a lot. And they're discovering, the modern audience. They're discovering all these activists, and they're like, what is going on over there? But they also have their own problems too that are very similar. So it's kind of wholesome, honestly. I've been enjoying it, but yeah.
Nationalism is wholesome, I would say that.
Well, this goes back. I mean, I go back to this being 2013-ish, maybe 2014. But the point is, this is before the world went absolutely insane. And I point to this story in particular about Clemson University and Maximum Mexican Taco Night, or whatever it was called. This was the first, like, okay, something's changing here. These people are giant fucking pussies, right? Mm-hmm. And when people go, Craig, you've changed so much, I go, really, have I? Because I'm pretty sure I've always been calling out this stupid insanity along the way, and I really, look, this was live. I went out of my way to, I tried to articulate this as best as possible. And the funny thing about this whole clip is that these two guys, Chad and Sam, they want nothing to do with me now, right?
I was going to ask where these fellas were.
Oh, well, Sam DM'd me and told me he just wanted his friends to be able to live, all his trans friends, that I'm a bigot for that, right?
Well, and you were killing them, Craig. I mean,
yes, and Chad just decided to stop talking to me. So, like you get othered by these people, right? And honestly, fine. Fucking A, fine. These are just some people that I used to know, and that's fine. It is what it is. But the reality is that this guy has said more N-words than I've ever heard in my entire life. And this guy has no problem with cultural appropriation, never did, but now he's just too scared to say anything, right? That's the reality of it. So, like, they, talk about people changing, right? They've changed to be pussified, and they would have laughed at themselves at this time in their life. So, I hate when people go, you've changed, right? Really, have I? You clearly haven't been watching me for the better part of 20 years because I've been laughing at this nonsense for 20 years. So, take that for what it is. And I know, people who have watched me over the years, it's been the same thing. People have been divided, or they go, oh, you've changed so much. I no longer want to watch you anymore. Fuck you and your, whatever.
That was 2013, that clip you said?
Yeah, 2013, 2014. By the way,
you can tell by the guy's hair on the right.
Yeah. Any historians in the group here, who remembers, can I say the R word here?
Yeah.
Retard? The R-tard? Can I say retard?
Yeah,
you can say it.
I want to check before I say it. Can I say retard?
No, yeah, we are all retards.
You said it.
It's okay. We're all retards here. So
okay, good. So sometimes with YouTube, but who remembers when that situation happened with JonTron? Do you remember when he said he was defending the word retard? He got canceled for it.
Yes.
Time? Was that 2013?
I don't know if it was 2013, but it was around there. Yeah.
It was just after he left the Grumps. So it would have been around. I went on this because I was doing a gaming channel at the time. I went on a massive rant around 2013 about how the whole woke thing did not exist or left. It was still just calling them liberals, but like liberals going after people for using words, and how once you demonize a word, they're just going to make a different word to use there. Like the word autistic now is basically a synonym for retard now. Like, why are you acting so autistic? It's basically the same thing. It's the same thing. But I remember going on a huge rant. It's weird that it was 2013 because I think it was around the same time that I was going on this rant about that as well. But so I guess we've been based forever then, I guess. Look at us.
I guess, I guess. I didn't want to play this last little part here, Blabs, because it actually does tie into Italian food here.
What?
Yeah.
Is Blabs Italian?
Well,
Yeah.
Are you sure? There we go. Let's see if we'll play this because I go back to Taco Bell here, and whether it plays or not. Here we go.
How's that? Right? Because I think that stereotypes are funny because there's truth in stereotypes. I'm just saying.
Again,
they're making tacos. They're serving tacos. Get pissed at Taco Bell. They're a multi-billion-dollar company, not your freaking food service. Get out of here.
Pretty soon, Taco Bell will be renaming their menu. There's no longer be tacos served. There will be tortilla crescents.
Oh, and for God's sakes, don't call it a Mexican pizza because that's just offending everybody. That's not a pizza or Mexican.
Anyways.
Relatable.
It's not a pizza or a Mexican. I like that.
Do you know what that came from? There was like a moment where people were just kind of really touchy about saying the word Mexican because it felt a little bit pejorative-y, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Don't call them Mexican. Call them people of Mexican descent or something.
Latino.
Like, do you remember when that guy came out and it was just like, I don't like the word Jew. Can we use like people of Jewish faith or like can we say the Jewish people? And I was like, no, you can just call them Jews. Actually, it's fine. Put a bit of stank on it. Actually, sometimes when you say it, just read the room.
And that's how we end up with Latinx.
Right,
Yes.
right. I'm so tired of the word police. I'm so tired. So exhausted of word police. Keep telling you can't say that. Shut the f up.
Stop me, bitch.
Right, right. Oh my gosh. All right. We got a few more stories here, guys. Thank you again for popping in with us today. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button. We'd really appreciate that. That's great stuff. All right, we have an insurmountable lead right now for the GameCube. Unless, Blabs, did Shamsa get back to you?
She did. So we have a question first.
Oh, no.
Does the Game Boy Color count for the Game Boy?
It does.
It does.
It does?
Then here's what I'm going to do then.
Oh, boy.
Where's the I told you so button? Where's my I told you?
All right, you may showcase what I have just done.
Yeah,
Go
let's
for
do
it.
that
Don't
right
do
now.
it. Don't do it.
It's as Phoenix had said,
Yes!
$2,098.34 for the Game Boy. I told you, and $298.99 for the Nintendo GameCube. So there it is. Suck
I'm
on
taking you to
that.
Vegas, Phoenix. I'm taking you to Vegas. You are going to
Phoenix, how
call
come you never
every
predict the
bet I
lottery
make.
tickets for me? Because you're always right. Just give me the
That is
tickets. Anyway, thank you very much, Shamsa.
Shamsa,
Thank you.
I just want to know if you're still in contact with, if they're still there, unless they've gone off the intercom there. What was the defining factor? What was the game on the Game Boy Color that made them do that?
So we actually talked about this, and hopefully you'll let me read this, Shamsa. But she's saying she wanted to know about the Game Boy Color because she says it has a bunch more games like Pokemon Till Crystal 3, Zelda games, Mario and Wario Land, games and Watch Gallery series, Harvest Moon, and much more RPGs. While I love the GameCube to death, but it only has one Zelda game and a handful of RPGs that I can enjoy. So I hope that answers you.
All right.
And the of course the best part about it, guys, is that the
Phoenix
GameCube
is
does
right.
have a Game Boy player on it, and you could have played it on there. I have it right there.
And that's
Oh,
why
well.
I was confused. I thought that you could play the Game Boy games on the GameCube.
With an
so-
adapter, not out of the box, but yeah,
Oh,
with an adapter.
okay.
This is shocking. And for those of you saying that the Game Boy Color does not count with the Game Boy,
Totally counts.
It absolutely does. This
Yeah.
is something that we've been consistent throughout this entire event. So we'll see what happens here. Self So Proud came in for 10, says, Wind Waker makes me want to vote for the GameCube with its stupid, childish, immature. I'll stop myself. Damn Nintendo with its misleading Space World Zelda demo. I vote GameCube. Hey, Emmy, glad you're back. Jake,
Thank
been watching your videos. That they're interesting. You're awesome, my guy. Hi, Craig.
Oh,
Thanks.
You. Thank you very much.
How much was that all for the
That
GameCube
was
there?
10.
Thank
You
you.
have to say the amount and for the console for Phoenix, okay?
Peach
The nail
Tea
biter.
for 10 says,
you.
if this were a GameCube versus, GBC versus GC, then I'd pick GBC. What is GBC?
Game
Game
Boy
Boy
Color.
Even
okay,
I
okay.
know that shit.
Okay, well, I'm getting confused all these different initials here. The OG Game Boy. What? Okay, well, it is because Game Boy Color does count. Peach tea.
Yeah, totally.
Can you play Game Boy Color games on a Game Boy?
I think
no.
No, you cannot.
So it doesn't count.
I'll tell you what, just for giggles, let's put Peach Teas on the GameCube. That's 10 for GameCube right there. Modest Rat says, hey, bada bing, blah bida, you're alive. The lasagna soup worked. Good job, Phoenix, and bless you, Craigathy, for replacing the providing the recipe. Hello, Jake. Like your vids. Anyways, arrivederci,
So do I.
amigos.
Thank you.
Thanks, Modest Rat. Appreciate that. Marmalin for 10 says, this is Phoenix does have a point. Netflix promoted and kept Cuties on. People were outraged, and then the new season of whatever came on, and everyone moved on. I left. Minnie stayed, but Minnie stayed to this day. Marmalin, thank you. You are a man of integrity there. Hyena Fur for $9.99 says, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. All right, Hyena Fur. It's kind of dark. I appreciate it. Marmalin says 50% of the bullets aren't matched. If you read the full breakdown of the defense trying to get Tyler Robinson off, there are a 50-50 shot to match up fragmented bullets to the guns used.
That's right. Yeah, it's ambiguous. A lot of it is.
Okay. And we have 10 from Lord of Dark Eye says, very therapeutic, but I'm not alone with having to lose friends. It does sucks at this point. I think it's the right thing to do, as the ideology and the policies they champion are hurting people as far as shaming them.
It's the far right thing to do.
Angel High says, the true nature of reality is far more akin to that of science fiction novel than a reality. You woke up this morning. Hey, fuckers. Hashtag Black Snape. Thank you.
Snape is white.
Thank you.
Fucktards.
We'll get to those in a little bit. We'll get to Today in Gaming History in just a second. But first, I wanted to get to this clip really fast so we can react to we saw World of Warcraft drop their Pride patch, which, by the way, like Pride Month isn't even until April, or I'm sorry, until June. Why is everybody doing the Pride stuff right now in April?
It's Pride every day. I saw people saying this is Holy Week, so it's all intentional. Like Easter's
Trans
coming
Day
up
of Visibility as well today.
Yep.
Sorry to talk over.
Oh, they're visible.
No,
they're visible.
you're
That's
good.
for sure.
No, they're celebrating all day, every day. You know.
With all due respect, how can you miss the trans people? Like,
They're so vivid and vibrant.
Well, Asmongold had a lot to say. He had a lot to say about this World of Warcraft patch. I wanted to get a reaction from you guys on this. Let's see what he had to say.
I think that it is so insufferably fucking annoying that gay people, trans people, and everybody inside of the LGBT umbrella, not everybody, but the outspoken, pathological, narcissistic, self-obsessed, self-referential, attention whores inside of these communities can't stop talking about themselves. And because of that, they need every piece of media to reaffirm their identity. It is fucking exhausting for me to have to see every single thing has some sort of gay pride, trans pride, some variation of this. And this is coming from somebody, I support gay rights. I support trans rights for adults.
Not good enough. Not good enough, Asmongold. Not good enough. He's saying he supports, but he doesn't support every little bit of it right here. By the way, he touched on something here. The idea of this being totally narcissistic. This entire behavior being narcissistic in it. It's all about me, 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 me. Celebrate me, 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 me. I think that's the thing that all of us here we mirror what Asmongold is saying here. Like, dude,
I've covered it in a video before. It's psychology. There's a reason why there's been this massive rise of noticing people on the LGBT side of things. They seem to collectively suffer from some kind of mental health problem.
Shocking.
The mental health problem, regardless of what it is, all of whatever the diagnosis is, all of them have the shared symptom, which is narcissistic personality disorder. And things like the LGBT movement, which caters to and offers victimization, is very, very alluring to these people. And because the access bar for being trans is so low. They're doing the bare minimum to be identified as trans, so that they can then get the ego satisfaction of being within that, which is being untouchable. Everyone has to do what you tell them to do, and you're infallible. And that movement that offers that kind of liberty, that kind of power, that kind of influence is very appealing to people with narcissistic personality disorder and various other dog triad personality traits, which is why there is such a huge amount of these people that are so loud and aggressive and violent within that umbrella, because what LGBT became was appealing to these types of people, which is why they've all congregated there, and they're collectively insufferable.
Let's continue here with Asmongold's reaction.
And rights for adults. I support a lot of these things, but I don't want to fucking see it in every single piece of media constantly. It is this overcorrection where they want to put their sexuality front and center and basically force people into interfacing with and acknowledging that they are what they are. This is exhausting, it's confrontational, it's unnecessary, and it's insecure. You want to suck a dude's dick? Go ahead. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up about it. Holy shit, how many times do we have to hear about this? So that's the way I see it.
That's also that right there is the problem with libertarianism, right there in a nutshell.
What's that?
Everyone's allowed to do what they want as long as they're not hurting other people. Unfortunately, people always end up hurting other people if you let them do whatever the fuck they want. It's the issue with it.
I think a lot of people mirror what he says, but I'll tell you what, this goes back to the insecure narcissist, which I think, if you were to have a Venn diagram of people within this community that are part of the TQ plus, right? I think you're going to see the Venn diagram is very, very heavy as far as people who are insecure and narcissists. And they line up in that TQ plus, which it's interesting to see the reaction to, the LGB side of it, who are now starting to say, yo, dude, we don't want anything to do with the TQ plus. This has been a reoccurring theme over the past year or so. People that we've pretty much had enough of this.
Because you have to commit to the LGB. You can't just go and be like, I'm gay. It tends, they kind of require proof for that. Typically fucking a dude. But the TQ plus, again, the entry level is very, very low. You don't need to do too much to identify under that umbrella, which is why it tends to attract a lot of narcissists, because they don't need to fuck a guy. They don't need to date a girl and eat vagina. They don't have to do any of that stuff. They can just put on some fancy clothes, improperly apply some makeup, nowhere close to this good, and just be like, these are my pronouns. You have to use them. This is why the identity thing has switched, because for everyone else on Earth, your identity is your responsibility. It doesn't matter what people think about you, as long as you think about yourself in a specific way, that's all that matters. However, that logic somehow does not apply to these people. Their identity is our responsibility, and if we don't play along, then they kill you or themselves. Either way, you're responsible for that. And this crippling paralysis of fear is control. So play along by my rules or suffer the consequences. And they love to hear you use their made-up phrases because it appeals and strokes their ego, because they are narcissists, which this umbrella attracts. It's all circular. It can be described with psychology that has been updated since to reconfirm the same thing they found the first time.
They're all powerless. Many of them are powerless, lost people. And so when you join the collective hive mind, you're suddenly part of a very, very large group. Suddenly you
Protected
are...
group.
Yeah, you are suddenly part of that thing. So you now are this meek, tiny little nobody that people may have bullied or whatever, and now you are part of this gigantic hive worm thing with big teeth that can destroy you. So you just become part of the collective. And then on top of that, then they have the added benefit of adding some cultural erosion to everything, where the more they infiltrate everything, they slowly erode all of our values and principles to the point that now what do we say? The N word, the F word, because congrats, we're now all afraid to talk, which we were supposed to have freedom of speech. But now you see it seeps in, and then they'll get rid of some of it, but there's still left behind, and your kids grow up in that environment. And so the erosion just keeps going and going and going. So all this from every angle, point is garbage. That's my point. Just all of it's garbage.
Well, and I think the identity angle of all this is the easiest part, when especially a lot of it is so terminally online. A lot of this stuff is just terminally online, and it appeals to these narcissists. And it's so easy when you're just talking about an identity versus a sexuality or something like that, where you can literally just change it by adding pronouns into your bio on Twitter, and all of a sudden now you're a protected class that nobody could ever say anything negative about. And it's really that easy. And all of this is just born out of being terminally online. I think the majority of this. And that's how you end up with a World of Warcraft event like this, where all you got to do is ask, like, what does this have to do with World of Warcraft?
It has to do with gender identity.
Yeah.
Which is primarily what they're trying to push, but the DEI aspect, and you're right, Phoenix. This kind of stuff works on the weak-minded. DEI refers to those that belong to a protected group. Do you know who is not a protected group? In fact, it's the only one that's not. It's white dudes. They're the only ones who have absolutely nothing catering to them in any way, in any capacity, in any structure, in any concept. White dudes are the ones that are becoming trans. It's like the highest demographic of people becoming women. It's this powerlessness, this necessity to find some kind of respite in what is going on. It's just like, well, now I'm wearing a skirt and I'm a girl. Please, can you just someone give me a little bit of tenderness and kindness and just acknowledge that I'm here? It's like, oh, yes, you're trans now. Here's your job, and here's your kindness and pleasantness that you were expecting, which you don't get as a man, because fuck you for being one.
Man, there's a lot of truth there. There's a lot of truth there. And I think most people have felt this othering of just being a white dude. You know, we've seen literal companies not hire people just because they're white, which is obviously blatant discrimination and racism.
That's what they mean by diversity. It's the disbursement of whites. Diversity by its very nature. If it's all blacks, it's still diverse. If it's all gays, it's still diverse. It is basically the disbursement of whites. It's the displacement of them. That is what clarifies diversity.
Phoenix, you're shaking your head.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that. It's voluntary extinction that white liberals and everybody keeps rallying for. It's extinction. That's
suicidal empathy is the other term a lot of people use.
Well, I have a chart over here. I was talking about the insecure narcissist, and I think I just misspelled this, but I'm going to share my screen anyways, because why not? Let me pull this up really fast. But you know, this is our thumbnails, our thumbnail page that we're working with over here. So I just figured this is kind of how I see this when it comes to the Venn diagram of it right there. You have your insecure people, and you have your narcissist people, and then you have they end up with the T's in the middle. And I think that's a pretty good diagram of, I think, what it looks like when it comes to that. So,
all
right.
Fair play to you. You got super close with the spelling for narcissist.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna just keep it to myself.
Do you know what? It's actually commendable, because most people get the S's and the C's all fucked up.
Yeah. How close was I?
It's just an I instead of an A. That's it.
Narcissist.
Narcissist. Yeah.
Here we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right there.
You got the hard part right.
Good job.
Yeah, great, man. You nailed it.
I grew up watching Lex Luger, the narcissist Lex Luger in WWF back in the day. All right. There we go. Let's go and move on. We're going to get to Today in Gaming History, but let's get a quick update, Phoenix. I think this is going to be done. I think
that's correct.
But before we do, Game Hunter Sirius came in with a $50, I guess, what is it, super or
It's
Rumble
a Rumble.
rant? Says, greetings, Lord Jake. Would you
Hello?
like to be an endgame hidden boss in the Asmongold Kirsche JRPG? If so, would you like to be a necromancer? Still writing Act 1 and 2.
I would be honored. Thank you very much.
Money
Sweet.
for the Game Boy right there.
50
Game
for
Hunter.
Game Boy.
Yes, Game Hunter Sirius.
Thanks, Blaz.
Thank you very much. All right, Blaz, why don't you read a couple while I get Game Hunter on the wall?
By the way, we never got to share my queer story time that happened when we were on the phone, Craig, and on Boston. Do you remember that?
Well, how about we save that for tomorrow?
Okay.
Okay.
Wait. We got a queer story for Blabs?
It's not me. Not me. It's
Was it summer camp one year?
no. It literally happened the other day. You weirdo. Anyway.
Hold on. Let me
Oh
call
wait.
you.
Well, let me unmute my phone then.
Okay.
All right, ready.
Okay, here. Phoenix, let's do a little role playing here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put you right here. All right. Let's do a little role playing. I am at home. I'm calling Blabs. And Phoenix is the giant, you said tranny? That was next to you?
Yeah. Oh.
One of the worst of the worst. Like 6 foot, huge gut, not even close to a woman. Yeah.
Sign me up.
Okay, so I call Blabs, and this is what she hears. Turn it up.
It's going up. Then I just muted it as soon as I picked up. But it was basically "Here Comes the Queers." If you guys couldn't hear it, if it wasn't being
And
picked
it played
up.
really loud.
And it was very loud. "Here comes the queers," and literally this big ass, like 6 foot tall, it's ma'am, walks into the hotel that we're checking into. And dude, he was in all women's clothing. He was clearly just came from the airport, right? And then we're still at the front desk because there was like a little mix up with checking in or whatever. 10 minutes later, this motherfucker comes out all in men's clothing. And I'm like, what the fuck? You were just wearing a skirt and boots 2 minutes ago. What are you doing? So he has a fetish.
How do you get women's clothes that big? Wait. Do you guys have big and tall over there?
Sure.
Well, they do, yes.
of course.
Do you think they get their big women's clothes from Big and Trans?
This person was probably shopping like 3XL, 4XL, or some shit. He was a big motherfucker who looked like that guy that Biden hired for his administration, the tranny named Rachel or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
That was like his sister, sibling, brother, or whatever the fuck you want to call that. Yeah.
Who was the bald one with the lipstick?
Oh yeah, the one who stole
Assaulted
like
someone.
at the people's luggage at the airport and stuff.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Biden.
Oh yeah,
Why
wow.
you pick the most reprehensible fuckers you've ever found?
All right. So, real quick, one thing I didn't hear about that story, Blabs, how did he respond to that? Did he look at
Please
you
tell me.
or?
He fortunately didn't hear it because he was in his own little world, and I was about we were about 10 feet away from him or so, right?
Yeah.
We were like about 10, 15 feet away from him, and he was too absorbed with checking in and flipping his hair behind him, his bald patch and everything showing. That I picked up immediately. I was like, I was panicking. I was like, I need to change my ringtone. It was like Tranny Central in Boston, from what I got to see. All of like
it's a
5
mecca.
minutes of it.
No,
In
Blabs.
Boston, really?
No,
Oh,
Blabs.
yeah.
No, that's what you guys don't understand. You guys, that was PAX East. That was not Boston.
No,
That
but
was PAX
Boston is
East.
still the mecca.
There was gay
of that.
statues
Oh,
in Boston,
yeah.
Craig. What are you on about?
No, I'm
There was a
telling
gay
you.
penguin and a gay deer. Huh?
Thanks, Blabs.
I had a connection in Philly, and I thought I landed in Kenya.
All right, let's go ahead and wrap up the show today. But before we do, Phoenix, let's get an update
On the
in this
I told you
ass
so. Yeah, here we go. The $2,158.34 for the Nintendo Game Boy, told you so, and $318.99 for the Nintendo GameCube.
Rohan did answer. Look at
That's
that.
crazy.
You can't just say I told you so because Shamsa just totally changed the entire. It's like this is the Shamsa is the.
No. He
is the
said
2
that
a.m. dot.
something would happen later on.
I said
Yeah,
the big
he
one
did.
come out
Right
the end.
now, guards.
Shamsa, can you please change half of it to
No.
GameCube, please?
No. We're not splitting anymore. We've
Well, no,
decided.
it was two separate
The stages of
donations.
grief here, Craig. Jesus, man.
Ridiculous.
We're in the
All right.
denial stage.
Pleading. He's at bargaining. He's at.
Unbelievable, really. All right, let's go ahead and move on to today in video game history.
Today in gaming history with Blabs.
Snape is white, fucktards!
Thank you, Blabs.
Boy, howdy is he? Am I telling you all? Anyway, so
New
what day is
ringtone.
it? What?
New ringtone.
Oh, you saw that? Snape is white, fucktards. Anyway, March 31st, everybody. Double Dragon was released in 1995. We have Doom 64 released in 97, and then Resident Evil Outbreak was released back in 2004. Ta-da!
Okay.
Oh, yeah, dog.
Damn, look at the Mega Nerd.
So
yeah.
You may be asking yourself, was Double Dragon actually released in 1995, like Blab said?
Well, the Neo
And
Geo
answer
one
is no, not the original. Because today, some noticeable games that you missed today. Yes, Double Dragon was released for the Neo Geo in 1995. It took 10 years for it to be ported to the Neo Geo of all things. Doom 64 released for the N64. 29.
Aw, Chet says I'm hired.
You're hired. There you
Yeah.
go, Doom, Resident Evil, and RE Outbreak right there. All right.
It's a good list.
Was
Let's
Doom
see.
64 any good? I can't remember. I don't think I've ever played it.
It is black. It is the darkest game of all time. Literally, you could adjust. I'm being very serious. You could raise the brightness all the way to max, and it is still black. Good game if you can see it, though.
I remember that.
Racist,
Yeah.
that's
I
true.
wonder if ports. I wonder if emulations of it probably have.
Oh yeah, yes, you can. Yeah,
Gamma
that's the
mods
only
or
way to
something.
play it, really.
Yeah.
I want to pull up some Doom 64 footage here in just a second, but let's continue because there is one extremely
Outlaws.
noticeable game that you missed today, Blabs.
Yawn.
As we scroll down and see that StarCraft was
has a
released
biggie.
for PC 28 years ago.
Yikes!
Kind of
no,
a oh,
That's
just
it.
no,
Just no.
no. Okay,
No.
all right. Okay, thank you, Blabs.
Yeah.
House of the Dead was released for the Saturn in 1998.
Oh,
Yes.
MDK2.
Shooter, yes. MDK2 for the Dreamcast. Right, that's a hardcore game. Right there, 26 years ago. Ooh. Def Jam Vendetta.
Which I think you like, right, Craig?
Well, it's fun.
Is that the rapper fighting game?
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a rapper fighting game. That's exactly what it is, and I think a lot of people would be into that right there. Let's see. We mentioned RE Outbreak. Did
you ever see that weird thing where it turns out that like every gangster rapper from the time like totally effeminate before they were rappers? Have you seen like that? Any of that stuff?
No.
Oh my God! If you were to look at Tupac, look at his interviews, it is the most effeminate thing of all time, and you see it everywhere. Remember, even Sean Puffy Combs there a little bit of I'm telling you, everywhere you go. Maybe I'll show it to you tomorrow, Craig. It's really eye opening.
Okay. Yeah. Let's definitely look at that for sure. All right.
Tracks. I think there actually is comparatively speaking. I think there is a high percentage of homosexuality within black.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that. Yep.
Especially Caribbean. I think actually.
Axiom Verge released 11 years ago. Yeah, that was a very biggie.
11 years ago. Wow, that is like a Metroidvania, basically.
Yes, that was actually I knew the guy who made this. It was one dude who made this game, and he released it, and it did very, very well. Good for him. Let's see, Quantum Break. Oh, remember that? That was released for the Xbox One. That's funny. We're now at 10 years
Got
ago.
it right here,
remember
baby.
that game?
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
do.
you got
yeah.
that?
Right there, yeah.
Is that the one where you play as the chick and she like freezes stuff? with her
That's
mind?
Control, I think you're thinking of.
Oh, I'm thinking of Control. Okay.
And today, Super Meat Boy 3D is being released. Did you guys ever play Super Meat Boy, the OG one?
Great game.
Yeah, along with Binding of Isaac, all those kind of games.
If you have an opportunity, go back and play Super Meat Boy. I'm very excited for the 3D version of it.
What was that Legacy of Kain game there, real quick?
The Legacy of Kain game
It was the one just before Super Meat Boy.
Yeah, it's being released today. Legacy of Kain Ascendance released for the Switch 2. I'm not familiar with this.
Because it's okay, so it's being released now.
Yeah.
My neck and chest tattoo, like this this gigantic full body tattoo I've got here is a Legacy of Kain tattoo.
Oh wow!
Oh sweet.
Yeah, so that's nuts. There's an Ascension coming out.
And
you know
you
what? I
didn't
didn't even know they remade. They did a remaster of Legacy of Kain Defiance until my PlayStation dashboard told me that it was out. Because I bought the Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remaster. Have you played those?
Back in the day, I did. Yeah, great games.
Yeah, fantastic fucking games.
Yeah.
And they've preserved the audio, and it's just the way you remember. Just 4K textures. It looks great.
Yep.
Well, speaking of 4K textures, here's some gameplay of Doom 64.
Okay. Oh, fucking hell, you weren't kidding, Phoenix. Jesus Christ.
This is
not kidding. And that's probably brightness raised to 100, and I'm really sincerely not kidding. You had to raise the game, because I have the game, obviously I had it in my hand over here. You had to raise the internal game brightness to 100 and then take your TV and then raise that.
No, I went through this. Like, imagine like playing this in middle school, like multiple decades ago on a big backed, crappy old TV. Like it was bad.
Yeah, those things were dark anyway, because the blacks were really dark on those things. Jesus Christ. I mean, it looks like I was playing Seeds of Evil, Turok 2 on the N64 back in the day.
Great game.
Great fucking game.
Yeah.
All right. Real quick, Commodore 64 says, Craig, you fucking idiot. Double Dragon on the Neo Geo was not a port. It was its own original 2D fighting game. It's not great, but it's not awful. But you get to fight on a moving plane through a cannon.
And in Blab's defense, she didn't know that. She's seeing Double Dragon, and if you think that way, it's actually a pretty damn good list.
Yeah. Magnus Black Hammer says, forget StarCraft. Don't let Korea see that. Yeah. Darian says, I have a feeling that women would prefer to have straight men in their restrooms rather than the ones who claim to be women, but don't even try to look passable. That sounds like something y'all are into?
I'd rather have no men at all in my bathroom, personally.
Yeah.
There's that.
If that's not too much to ask for.
Crazy. Very bigoted.
GME Game Master Emperor came in with $25 for the GameCube. Says, don't have much fond memories of Game Boy other than Mario Land 3 and Mario Land 1, both of which you can play on the GameCube player that was made for the system. It was super cool to play on the TV. Indeed. And Effing Around Productions came in with 10. Says, essentially, Pride Month is a collective of trauma response for individuals who have ignored or tried to drown out their own trauma with an extreme and wrong solution. Same goes for the commies. Thanks, Effing Around Productions.
Fuck the commies too. Fuck them too.
Zippia says, thank you, Craig, for standing up for normal men in gaming. I am Mexican, and the word Latinx makes me want to puke. I expect you to do a stream where you make tacos with a sombrero. Put this on the GameCube. That's 10 for the GameCube.
Using whatever Spanish you know.
Well, I know a little bit. Arriba, taco, enchilada.
Oh, don't even bother with the accent.
Wow.
Biblioteca.
Gracias, my friend. Gracias.
Me gusta hamburguesas.
That's right. Anthony says, Craig, you've changed so much. You had hair back then. Put this on the GameCube. That's 10 for the GameCube. And listen, leave that alone, all right? I got a sweet head of hair still.
Someone play that My
That's
Eyes
pretty
bit
good,
from
Craig.
the SpongeBob movie.
Thanks, Fred.
Craig, I think people probably think you don't have hair just because you wear the hat all the time, but you actually.
Well, that's how he's changed, right? Back then, no hat. Now a hat.
Well,
so you have changed. So you're a liar.
Mm-hmm.
So I for the longest time, the hat, I wore it backwards. That was kind of my thing back in I know. Listen, it was edgy, true 2000s, right? Then
wait, was it like a hat like that, or was it like a snapback, like the flat bill?
No, it was like this backwards, but it was fitted.
Right.
When I was catching Pokemon.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I felt like Ash Ketchum. I was like,
you gotta wear it kind of sideways, like wear it back and sideways a little bit,
Do you want to see what I look like back then?
I would love that. That would.
Do you?
So
okay.
happy.
Blaz, why don't you read off these last couple ones real fast before I show them what I look like in 2008?
All right. Itchy for 10 says, as a Latina, we love seeing others enjoy our culture. Let's see. Ponte el sombrero pinche pendejo. Also Game Boy.
Right,
so that's 10 for Game Boy. I don't know. Something sombrero. Oh, wait, smash. Grulgar for 10 says, no, you didn't have to stoop so low. Have your friends collect your records and then change your number. Guess I don't need that, though. Now you're just somebody that I used to know. Thank you for that.
That's right, Golgar. That's pretty much what I think of all this. Good. All right. Here is me in 2000. I actually, this past weekend, I did a reaction video to top 10 screw attack moments of 2007 that was done in 2008. So here is me in 2008, and here is me today, right here. There you go.
Dude. Fine wine.
You honestly haven't aged that much. Like, you've aged pretty well, I will say.
Thanks.
That's crazy. How old were you in 2008?
Let's see. That was, 18 years ago?
Yeah.
26, 27.
I was a small child.
Yeah, I know.
17.
I've been doing this for a long
still
time.
Look
there.
like this.
You're looking good. You can disguise everything, which is great. I cannot. Give it up for Ignatian. Came in with a 10. Says the Ellen DeGeneres cameo. Hey, don't be talking about Blabs like that. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Craig, just as a heads up, I made sure to equally match you. I just sent a photo in the private DMs so you can see what I look like back in the day, and you'll understand why I was such a ladies' man.
Photo.
Okay, yeah. I love this. Here we go. Let's take a look at Phoenix in 2008. Let's just do a quick hold on. Let's just go a quick side by side here.
There we go.
There's Phoenix today.
Yeah.
Here's Phoenix in 2008.
Oh yeah, there it is, right there. Boom.
Oh, that guy would sell you some great weed.
You look you look like Chris Evans from fucking Scott Pilgrim. That's what you look like.
That's exactly it. Yeah, I used to get that
you
all
just
the
need
time.
the leather jacket. It's like that's hilarious.
And I got it. Yeah, exactly. Everyone always says just better looking than him. I just constantly get that constantly. Never
You know
ending.
what, Blabs? I'm gonna send you a picture of me from 2009.
Ooh.
All right, let's see.
Oh shit!
I'm curious. Were you
I
still
hope you still have
goth in
the white makeup.
2009?
Was I still what?
Were you goth in 2009?
You're about to find out. Let's see. Was I?
I hope you've been at 4 years old.
This is awesome. Oh my god, I love everything about what's happening right now.
18 years old, 2009.
Oh, okay.
What is this, my
Blabs
guy?
literally laughed out loud. This is
All right.
Yeah. There it is.
Incredible.
You were like the guys on Tumblr that I was like, oh, they're so cool.
I was certainly not cool. I was obsessed with J-Rock.
I was like into like the scene culture and stuff when I was like in middle school. Even though I didn't do it myself, but I was like, it was like all the people I followed on Tumblr when I was a kid.
Oh, sick. So you knew about Jeffree Star when he had the pink hair and the
Oh
thing?
yeah, no, I knew about all of that. It was like, yeah, my middle school is like, yeah.
I was just an angry goth kid.
Yeah.
Phoenix, I am so excited to add that picture to our Canva.
Oh, please do. I can get higher res too if you ever want.
Oh yes, if you can send as high res as you possibly can.
I will look for it.
Over, I'd appreciate that.
Sure.
I love everything about that picture. That's great.
Dripping with attitude.
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely. You know what? I know we got to wrap, but before I do, you know what I love most about this is that just this past week, when Phoenix was in Boston, I don't know if you saw this, but Phoenix took a picture at the Boston event, which was really good. What you don't realize is that in that picture, Phoenix is actually making the exact same hand signal in that picture. Look at this. Look at this side by side here. This is who's really changed right here, Phoenix.
Yeah, exactly. It is the fence sitter, East Coast, West Coast,
Right
and
there?
same there as it was in Boston. Look at there it is. See? Fuck yeah, I haven't changed, brother.
Fuck yeah, man.
Look at you.
Change. Look at that.
Look back and
Dirty
forth.
fucking fence sitter.
Oh my god.
And there's you can't see it, but on my cool chain is a My Little Pony that is attached to the chain.
Those Jinkos?
Hell yeah, they are, dog.
Oh man. They are glorious.
Thank you.
Isn't it fun to laugh at how stupid we were?
I looked awesome back then.
It's
And
so
I
funny
plan on.
because I was trying to find pictures from like 2008, but I can't find anything on my PC right now. But I was in middle school then.
Yeah, I know. Like in 2008, I was a little younger than that, but like I just remember like I had like my hair like I took a razor blade and like razored it across my face, and I had little duct tape bows, like little hair bows made out of duct tape,
With
like
duct
zebra
tape?
print.
Oh, dear.
And I wanted so bad to be able to like get like the like clip-in extensions in your hair that had like the like different patterns and stuff. Like my mom wouldn't let me, but I just like live vicariously through people online.
Like the raccoon tail thing, like the
The raccoon tails.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
I did just find a picture of you, Blabs, online right here.
Yep, there it is.
From
I was
2008.
in middle
There you go.
school, my guy.
Oh, okay.
Gee, you haven't changed either, Blabs. Damn.
No, I still look the exact same. Very underdeveloped, yeah.
There we go.
Thank you.
All right, great place to wrap today. I think we're through all of our. Do we have any supers left, Blabs?
No, we're caught up. I got
We
them all.
did it. We did it, except for GME, who came in since the final showdown of the console wars. Should be glorious. Can't save GameCube from this one, sadly. Yes, well, let's get to our final results here, Phoenix, if you wouldn't mind. Tell us the winner today, officially.
The official winner, as predicted, I told you so, $2,168.34 for the Nintendo Game Boy, the victorious console, and $368.99 for the GameCube, which, of course, means it is the Game Boy that wins the Game Boy.
What an absolute shocking turn of events. A battle that was shaped through two swift, grand attacks by Shamsa, changing the game, sending Game Boy to the semifinals today. To give the acceptance speech will be Phoenix.
Yeah, there you go. But look, both consoles, fantastic. But when you're talking about an actual game changer, the Game Boy was it. We had, back in the time, the NES was like the big console. And the idea that we could take the NES with us anywhere we wanted, because back then, like everything was crappy Game & Watches. It was like really, really bad, like almost like Tiger Electronic kind of stuff, if you're aware what those are. And this was actually having a portable system with decent battery life. And you could go anywhere you want with it. Tell me that wasn't really influential. Look at everything that's portable now today, including the phone. The phone, clearly the evolution of the Game Boy. So you have the Game Boy to thank for that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Phoenix. Appreciate that. So the Game Boy will advance to take on the Genesis in the semifinals. That'll be happening 2 days from now. Tomorrow's matchup is going to be intense, as it's our quarterfinal matchup between the Nintendo Switch and the Nintendo Wii. So we will see which one will advance tomorrow.
Yeah, that's like nostalgia versus modern. That's going to be a healthy battle.
Well, I'll tell you this. It is guaranteed 3 of the 4 finalists in the greatest console ever tournament will be Nintendo consoles. So this is...
Any predictions? I say N64 sweeps it.
I need to know who's going to win. I actually think it's going to be Genesis versus N64. That's what I think it's going to be.
What was the game that people kept referencing for N64 as being their decisive?
Could have been Conquer, Banjo, could have been...
Banjo, yeah. And Mario
that's a
64.
biggie.
Yeah.
GoldenEye.
And Ocarina. Jesus, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
A lot of good games.
We'll see tomorrow. Join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time, Blaz, when we're joined by...
Real life fake wizard.
Ooh, that'll be a great one. He's been making some great videos lately. Looking forward to having him on. With that said, I encourage you to check out Rev, Straub, and Jake's channels. All linked are down below. I encourage you to definitely support them on any and all platforms and go watch all their stuff. Rev, I saw you were streaming last night. Is that still going well?
Yeah, we're just finishing up the first full month streaming on YouTube. So definitely keeping with it. I enjoy streaming on YouTube so much better. So going to keep doing that. Been a great time.
Excellent. Well, great stuff, guys. Guys, thank you very much for popping in. Do us a favor, hit the thumbs up button on your way out. We'll be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. As I mentioned, you can find us over at Rumble, Kick, Spotify, Twitch, and of course here. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. But until then, remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great rest of your day. See you later. Bye-bye.
Fatality. Bye.
Bye.
Phoenix.